is good, Sixer Nation? Welcome on in to another edition of Philly Take with RB. Feels like it's been a year, man. Back from the All-Star break. Can you believe it? Final stretch of the season. 28 games to go. Sixers trying to make a playoff push? Playoffs? Or should they stay in the top six? Try to get a draft pick? What will they do? Well, tonight is an indication of exactly what that is. We'll talk about that. We'll break it all down. But most importantly, man, we'll get the gang back together. We'll have some fun tonight. Sixer Nation, let's go, man. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is doing well. We have a lot to talk about here on the Sixers Game Day live show presented by National University and as always powered by our friends over at BetUS. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in officially. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. Wherever you're tapping in from, welcome into the Sixers Game Day live show. We have the 20 and 34 Philadelphia 76ers taking on the 39 and 16 Boston Celtics at the Wells Fargo Center. This is the number one Sixers Game Day live show where we give you the pregame, live game, and postgame coverage with our staple play-by-play and reactions, our analysis as it all goes down. We'll also take your phone calls after the game. So join in on the Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. First act of business in the comments, like the show. All right, hit that thumbs up. That helps us push this stream out to more viewers. And hit that subscribe button if you want to become a part of the family and join in on the live chat. And if you really want to take it to the next level and become a part of the Philly Take family, hit that join button. Join. Hit that join button down below. Also, one more thing, be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Philly Take with RB. Follow me on Twitter at RB Philly Take. Connect with me everywhere. I cover the Sixers. I cover the Eagles. I cover it all, man. And I would not be doing this without the community, man. So cheers to everybody. And I hope you all are doing well. Thanks for being here as we embark on the final journey of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, channel members, drop those emojis, all right? I want to see those loyalty badges from our loyal members. I want to see the emojis. And if you want to get all the exclusive perks, check out the merch store, all right? PhillyTakeWithRB.com. Go cop yourself some merch. Hit that join button down below. Get a discount on the merch. We have a lot to talk about, okay? Let's get started with Sixers Pregame Live. Welcome in Sixers Pregame Live. So, if you were here with me before the All-Star break, it was one of the worst games of the season. Well, it depends how you look at it. Sixers lost to the Brooklyn Nets. They are now tied for the sixth worst record, 20 and 34. The Sixers are 20 and 34 on the season. And for the 76ers to go above 500 this season, they will need to go 20. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it right. We got 28 games left. They're going to need to go 22 and 6 the rest of the way. 22 and 6 the rest of the way to get above 500 this season. Obviously, the odds are stacked against them, but they have made a decision. We'll talk about that in a few moments, okay? But going into the All-Star break, Podcast P ended up taking a vacation. He said he needed time off. Joel Embiid wasn't really playing. Tyrese Maxey was on a great stretch, but he's been up and down because he's been the number one guy on the rotation, then the number two, number three. Overall, the Sixers have been all over. The positive signs, Quentin Grimes 16 points per game in his first 4 with the team. Jared Butler showing some promise. Some of these young guys, Ricky Council, Justin Edwards, starting to get there. But what will the Sixers do the rest of the season? That is the question. Now, Sixers come into this game. They have lost 7 out of the last 8 games. Matter of fact, they almost lost that Dallas game without AD. So Sixers have almost lost 8 in a row. All right, the vibes have been terrible. Now you flip it over to the Boston Celtics. They have won 7 out of their last 8 games. They went into the All-Star break on a 3-game winning streak. And I know we did not do any All-Star coverage this year. I actually took a little break. I recharged. I was out there in the nice warm weather down south hooping. All right, I miss it. I don't like the brutal cold. But anyway, the All-Star weekend was absolutely terrible. That's all I'm going to say about it. Shout out to Mac McClung for winning his 3rd straight dunk contest. Mac might be the GOAT of the dunk contest, former Sixer Mac McClung. But now it's down to business. All right, the Sixers need to win this game tonight. And the reason they need to win this game is because, ladies and gentlemen, they have decided what they are going to do the rest of the season. Now, I want to hear from you guys in the comments right now. Do you agree or disagree with the Sixers strategy for the rest of the season? All right, I made a video about this yesterday, but I'm going to tell you right now. The Sixers are going for a playoff push. They have made the decision that they are going to try to get into the play-in, win the play-in, and then face either the Celtics or the Cavs in the first round. Do you think that that is the right decision, yes or no? So we'll see how it plays out. And this might sound a little bit drastic, ladies and gentlemen, but if the Sixers do not win this game tonight, if they do not even keep it competitive, like if they get wiped off the floor by the Boston Celtics, then what is the point of even trying the rest of the season? What is the point if you can't contend with the Celtics? And I know a lot of people have said, hey, well, the Sixers played the Cavs a couple times this season and they held up against them. The playoffs are a different beast, man. Celtics and the Cavs are stacked. Now, if the Sixers ever could get healthy, if they could ever come back and maybe put together a stretch of, 12 straight games where everybody plays and they look good and the chemistry's there, then okay, maybe you are a solidified, scary team at the bottom of the Eastern Conference playoffs. But if you come out tonight and you get smacked around, what is the point? Now, we look back to Christmas Day, Sixers did beat the Celtics. That was probably one of the only good wins of the season with the big 3 on the floor. A couple weeks ago, when I was in Aruba, Sixers played the Celtics. They had a huge lead on them and then choked in the 4th quarter. That was without the big 3. But even as of late, when the big 3 was playing, they did not look clicked. They did not look engaged. They didn't look good together. Now, again, Paul George took a vacation. Vibes seemed to be pretty good at practice. You hear guys like Quentin Grimes and Gershon Yabusele saying, hey, if we just get in the dance, we just, get there. I mean, we're a tough team. So it seems like they're going for it. But I still think that the smarter thing would be to try to get that top 6 pick. Right now, you're at number 6. Obviously, the ping pong balls have to fall your way. But I still think the Sixers should try to get that top 6 pick because it's a generational draft class. You got Maxey McCain, Justin Edwards, Ricky Council, Adem Bona, Jared Butler, guys like that who are showing promise. And then you plop in a top 6 pick. Now you're starting to talk, man. Who knows what's going to happen with Joel Embiid and Paul George if they can continue to sell that to the fans. But we know Daryl Morey. We know Nick Nurse. They're not going to give up on the season. So they are going to make a playoff push to get into the playoffs. Is that the correct decision? All I'm saying, man, is Paul George better come out ready to go tonight. What he showed in that last game before the break against the Nets was absolutely disgraceful. Joel Embiid, even when he's been on the floor, has shown a lack of energy, lack of effort. He needs to come out here and dominate tonight. If the Sixers come out with a big win against the Celtics, maybe people will turn their heads. But I just don't know if I can believe it. But all right, man, let's talk about what you guys think. Ladies and gentlemen, right now in the chat, who do you think is going to score the most points tonight? Which player is going to drop the most points tonight? For the 76ers, Justin Edwards will be out with an ankle injury tonight. Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon are out. Newest Sixer, Lonnie Walker, former Celtic Lonnie Walker, who was signed a couple days ago, will not be playing tonight per Coach Nick Nurse. He will play next game. So no Lonnie Walker tonight, no Kyle Lowry, no Eric Gordon, and no Justin Edwards. Excuse me, no Justin Edwards for the Sixers. And for the Celtics, they're pretty much healthy up and down the board. Tell you what, man, injuries have been pretty crazy. Injuries have been pretty crazy in the NBA. Wemby's out for the rest of the season now with a what'd they say, thrombosis, blood clot. So prayers up for Wemby. Too many injuries, man. All the young teams are staying healthy. See what happens. So if I had to pick somebody to get the most points tonight, I wouldn't say Joel Embiid, but I'm just not confident yet. Like, the energy has to be there coming out of the gate here. I feel like it could be Embiid, but I'm actually going to go with Jason Tatum. I think the Celtics being on a 4-game win streak, winning 7 out of 8. I mean, they have been on fire. They've been playing great basketball. They've had their ups and downs too. Sorry, they won three in a row. 4 in a row, then they lost 1, then they've won 3 in a row. But they've won 7 out of 8. I just feel like the Boston Celtics are on fire right now. And I think they're going to keep up the momentum as we embark on this last stretch of the season. So I'm gonna say Jason Tatum leads the game in points tonight, but I would have Joel second. And maybe Maxey third. All right, man. Let's talk about our final score predictions as we get into this. Welcome in Sixers pregame live. We got 140 people in here. It's been nice to get a little bit of a break and recharge, but it's very nice to have all of you in here, man. It's very nice to have all of you in here. Excuse me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I need everybody right now to drop a final score prediction in the chat. We do this every single game, pregame, live game, and postgame. Sixers and Celtics coming up. I got to let you guys know about BetUS. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the odd of the day, powered by BetUS as always. Sixers coming into this game as a 7-point underdog on BetUS. They are at home, but like I said, the Celtics have been on fire. They have just been clicking on all cylinders. They shoot a lot of threes. Tatum, Brown, Pritchard. Then you have Drew Holiday, the defensive-minded guard, who's just a winner. You have Al Horford. You have all these guys and a bunch of dudes off the bench like Hauser. Just guys that can just torch you, man. So based on where the Sixers are at, on Christmas they showed they could hang with this team, but there's a reason that the Celtics are a 7-point favorite. And you know what? I hate to do this. I just don't have confidence, though, in the Sixers' big three right now based on what we have seen. Now, if they come out of the gate here and they're recharged and they're looking different, cool. I'll rock with them. But I got to go with the Celtics on this, man. I have to go with the Celtics. I think they will win by more than 7. I just feel a big Celtics game incoming. There usually is one every year in Philadelphia where the Celtics just go crazy. So I am going to take the Celtics, but right now you can take the Sixers or the Celtics over on BetUS. Get a 150% deposit match bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 by using BetUS. Go to BetUS.com. Check them out. They got you covered with your parlays, your promotions, your bonuses. NBA season for the rest of the year. Who do you think is going to win the finals? Check out the finals odds. They have Tyrese Maxey, clutch player of the year. That's a great odd right now. Go check out all of their odds over on BetUS. Out of the day, I'm rocking with the Celtics. So, final score prediction. Drop your final prediction in the chat. We'll read some of them out. I am going to say the Celtics get a big W tonight, 116-101. I'm going to say 116-101. Celtics get a W. I hope that the Sixers prove me wrong, but right now I do not have a lot of confidence in Joel Embiid's health. I hope the break did him well. I also do not have confidence in Paul George based on how he has looked in the last handful of games. And the Sixers starting lineup is out. I will say it is one of my favorite starting lineups of the season. Nick Nurse said that he's trying to rock with Quentin Grimes in the starting five now. So the starting five tonight is Maxey, Quentin Grimes, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, and Joel Embiid. I think that Yabusele should be starting over Oubre. I don't understand why Yabu pretty much got benched onto the second unit. I mean, he's done nothing but play fantastic, smart basketball this year and just fill in however. So I don't know why Yabu is not starting. I think that's a bad call on Nick Nurse's behalf, but we'll see what happens. All right, final score predictions. I got Celtics 116-101. Give me your thoughts in the chat. We'll read some of these predictions out. Philly for Life, $2 super chat says, what up, RB? Pray your trip went well. Dub time. What's up, Philly for Life? Shout out to the members in the chat, man. We got Marsha McCollum in here. Don Boyle. Guys, if you want to become a member, hit that join button. The link is pinned in the chat. Become a member, man. Couple bucks a month. Support us. Get all the perks, emojis, and more. Check it out. All right, man. We have Celtics 115-95. Shoe Game says Celtics 124-123. Tika says Celtics shut down the fourth, win 110-97. Philly for Life. Philly take goat. He says 135-116. Sadly, RB. Don Boyle says 115-114 Sixers. Mike says 119-101 Sixers. Ryan Rose says 137-113 Celtics. Isaiah says, Knicks fan, I hope the Sixers get better. I highly respect you and Sixers fans. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. Even as a Knicks fan, we welcome everybody here. Banj, what's up, bro? Jameson, what's good? BF says 104-87 Celtics. Banj says Sixers 120-108. I believe in the Sixers tonight. I was also dropped on my head as a baby, says Mike. 117-107 says Big Rud Celtics. Dom says Maxey 32-piece. Maxey says 109-107 Sixers. Joel game-winning full-court shot. Depressed Sixers fan says Sixers pull off the upset. Ryan Sprague says, what up, bro? In the house finally. Much love to all. 117-111 win. Let's go, man. Hold up. Play the song. Yo, I want to play the song at the end of tonight. I hope I'm wrong. But it's time to drop the beat, man. Drop the beat. Let's go, guys. Like the show, man. 160 people in here. Can we get to 100 likes? Let's push this content out to some of the greatest fans in the world. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sixers Game Day live show presented by National University, powered by BetUS. Check out all their links down below. And of course, shout out to RocketMoney as well. We got Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey. Ladies and gentlemen, on a scale from 1 to 10, what is your confidence level in Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George playing together? Let me know in the chat right now. Let me know in the chat right now. Starting lineups, we got Tyrese Maxey, Quentin Grimes, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, Joel Embiid, and for the Celtics, Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Kristaps Porzingis. All right, man, let's do it. Let's do it. Get these likes up, y'all. Don't be a shadow watcher. Good to be back. Ready to rock, man. Ready to rock here on the Sixers Game Day Live Show. We'll get the other scoreboard up shortly. Let's keep it going, man. Let's go, man. Quentin Grimes in the starting five is a good call, though. I do like that. Make sure we got this scoreboard. Feels like it's been a year since we did a stream, man. Missed you guys. We'll have the pregame, the live game, and the postgame coverage for you every single game. Postgame show coming up later on. All righty. By the way, it's Jared McCain's birthday, too. Happy 21st birthday to Jared McCain. Can we get some McCain love in the chat? Celtics won the tip, and Kelly Oubre going to foul Drew Holiday in the corner. Sixers rocking the blue unis, and the Celtics rocking the green unis. How was everybody's break? Are you all having fun? All righty, man.
Let's go.
Jaylen Brown going to dribble, drive downhill, goes up and in, right past the Sixers defense. Sixers have a lot to prove here in this final stretch of the season. Obviously, like I said, it seems like they're going for it. PG tried the entry pass, swatted away. PG going to throw it in again. Like I said, you can't get too predictable with Joel. They're going to double team. Here's PG for three. Got it. First shot goes for Paul George. Vacation P. Vacation P back in action. Picture surfaced of PG drinking some wine out on an island, and the Celtics going to turn it over. PG, what do you have for me, man? What do you have for me? Let's go. Tell me you're back, PG. Let's go, bro. Let's go. And now Paul George going to be fouled down the other end. It's going to be on Jason Tatum. Tatum and Brown were in the All-Star game. I'm not even going to talk about the All-Star game. Here's Joel Embiid. He turns against Porzingis. Joel, one bouncer. Nice cut. Oubre with the slam. Kelly! Yo, I'm trying to wake up the neighbors. Can you guys help me out or what? 66 likes. We got 180 people in here. Porzingis cuts to the rim, up and in off the pick and roll. 5-4 as we start this one off here at the Wells Fargo. Sixers will play the Celtics tonight, then the Nets on Saturday. Here's Joel, steps into a three. That one is off the back iron. Nick Nurse said that he's going to try to have Joel start playing back-to-backs, but who knows? He hasn't played any yet. Here's Drew Holiday, drives the lane, goes up and in, blows right by Kelly Oubre, and the Celtics lead it. Get this other scoreboard up here in a second. Kelly Oubre steps into a triple, can't get that to fall. There will be a little bit of a delay on the scoreboard tonight as this is a primetime game. National TV, here's Jaylen Brown, throws out to the corner. Dribble, drive from Drew Holiday out to Derek White off the move. Here's a three, and he drains it. Going to be hard to beat the Celtics when you're playing like this. Going to be hard to beat the Celtics when they keep shooting 53s a game. Here's a three on the other end. Sixers can't get it to go. We will get this other scoreboard up here in just a second. Guys, hit the like button, man. Help us out. We're going to be here rest of the season no matter what. We got you covered. Here's the inbound Joel Embiid. Joel going to drive, uses his arm, pushes him out of the way, goes up. Tough shot, missed it by a lot. Here come the Celtics in transition. Drew Holiday floats it into Jaylen Brown, turns against Maxey. Bullies him down, and they're going to call a foul on Tyrese Maxey. Let's go, man. 183 people in the house. Welcome in, Sixers. Game Day live show. Number one interactive fan live show where we give you the pregame, live game, and postgame coverage. Need y'all to help me out, man. Let's get this show out to more viewers. If you guys are longtime viewers of the channel, man, drop OG in the chat. If you're new, if this is your first time watching us, drop new. If you've been a casual viewer this season, drop return in the chat. Shout some people out. I need to know who's rocking with us, man, no matter what. Free throw is going to be good for Jaylen Brown. $5 super chat from Vincent Saravo. He says Sixers plus 6.5 on Hard Rock. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Appreciate the love and support. Shout out to our channel member, Vincent Saravo. And Joel going to throw it away. Errant pass, bad turnover. Here come the Celtics. Holiday going to dribble into the lane against PG. Turns, spins, puts it up. Tap by Porzingis. Another miss, another tap, and the Sixers going to have it now. Here comes Quentin Grimes behind the back. Drives, dumps it to Oubre. Oubre picks it up. Here's Paul George up top. PG going to drive in with the left, now the right. Here comes an ISO. Here comes an ISO. PG against Porzingis. One through the legs, pull up. PG got it from the midi. 4-point game, 11-7 is our score. Here's Jaylen Brown. He's going to spin against Oubre. Poked away. Oubre up the floor. Stolen back by the Celtics. Here's Tatum. Dribbles. Kicks. Porzingis wide open for three. Can't get it to fall. Picked up by Joel Embiid. And here come the Sixers. Quentin Grimes has it. Going to find Joel up top. Joel, PG. PG crosses over once again. Here's the shot clock dribbling down. Here's Joel Embiid in the block. Kicks it back out. PG, the pump fake, the dribble, drives, kicks it. Grimes, Maxey, Oubre, down low, goes up and throws it down from the baseline. Exquisite ball movement by the 76ers. That's what we need, man. That's what we need, man. 2-point game as we're over 4 minutes into this one. Celtics lead it by 2. Here's Jason Tatum coming around his screen. One bounce. Brown thinking, hands it to Tatum. Tatum dribbling, driving downhill, goes up against 2 and got it through the traffic. Jason Tatum with the bucket. Good shot by Tatum. Sixers down on the other end. 13-9 is our score. Here's Joel Embiid finds Kelly Oubre. Oubre going to find Joel. Joel posting up against Porzingis. Joel turning, goes up. And got it off the little fade. Barely even moved the bottom half of his body on that one. Jaylen Brown going to find Tatum. Celtics have a lot of weapons that can get you in a lot of different ways. Here's Tatum. He turns to his left, spins, fades, can't get it to fall. Maxey fighting for the rebound. And they're going to say he was pushed out of bounds by Drew Holiday. It's going to be a foul on former Sixer Drew Holiday. Guys, we got 211 people in the chat, 77 likes right now. Guys, come on. Come on. I know we've been sleeping. I know we've been relaxing. I mean, everybody was on vacation, but come on, we're back. Can we get it to 100 likes? Let's wake up the damn neighbors. They've been sleeping good for too long. They have been sleeping too long. All right, let's see who we got in the chat, man. Ryan Sprague, OG from here on out. Shout out to Ryan OG. Chucky Brown, what's up, bro? Says hella free OG. Hit that like button. Carlos, what's up? Edward, what's good? Cool J says this is my 3rd year. This would be go level or returner level. OG, man. Let's see. Return been with you for a couple years, says Harvey. Thank you so much. Guys, we've been doing this show for 4.5 to 5 years now. Obviously, we drop videos. We cover the team in a variety of aspects here, but every game, you know where to find us. You know where to find us every game, man. Right here on YouTube. Just trying to give you guys a coverage from the fan level perspective. Trying to give everybody a voice. Everybody can be heard. Let's have some fun, man. Stevie says our guys stand around like statues on offense. That's the truth because, again, that's the system that is designed. Rachel Tice in the building. Fire Take VIP. Rachel, what's up? Good to see you here. Cool J says, let's put the newbies in now. Nurse. Don Boyle dropping the emojis. Hakeem says, hate the Sixers, love the fans. Ryan says, great effort by Maxey by all. Dom says, hit the likes. Stevie says, not a good effort. They just stare at each other. Ryan says, it's free to hit the like, man. That's what I'm saying. And B says, everybody's checked out. Well, you gotta tap in, man. Sixers might be tapped out, but nah, we're not. We're here every game. Win or lose, bringing the energy. Bringing the energy every single game. Curtis says, love the show. Thank you, Curtis. Let's go, man. Stevie says, I've watched nearly every single game. I think it's nice to see them, like, come out with a little bit of, I'm not going to say energy, but they just look fresh, you know? But I mean, they're still turning the ball over. And they're still playing Embiid ball, which is going to have to change. I mean, they're just walking around, man. They're very slow. Very slow. Lonnie Walker is not suiting up tonight. He will play next game. We'll see what Nick Nurse's rotations are. David Roddy is available tonight. Jared Butler, Adem Bona, Yabusele, Drummond is available. We'll see if he plays or not. Council. See, man. Let's see. Playing P. Cooking. Some of the names that people have been dropping on my videos and streams for Paul George is pretty funny. Can't even lie. It's been pretty funny. All right, man, here we go. Celtics up by 2, 13-11. Quentin Grimes going to one bounce into Joel Embiid. He's going to turn, drive the paint, go up, floats it. It is short. And look, man, no matter what, we'll be here covering this team every day with videos, streams. We'll be doing a lot of NBA coverage. So, guys, one thing that's really important is make sure you turn on the notifications. There should be a little bell icon next to your subscribe button. Make sure you turn that on so you don't miss any videos. Porzingis fouled en route to the basket. At the end of the day, man, we're just trying to grow as a business, as a platform for the fans. So any way that you can help us grow is tremendously appreciated. Maxey, George, and Embiid have only played 13 games together. They're 7-6 this season. But yeah, man, be sure to get at us on all platforms. You know, I know it's been a tough season. Obviously, the Eagles overshadowed everything. Now that they're done, though, I mean, people have no choice but to watch the Sixers or the Flyers right now. And I don't really watch the Flyers that much, but from what I do know, the Flyers are not having that good of a season. Embiid says, want Maxey getting up 20 to 25 shots every night. I agree. I agree with that. Here is Joel Embiid going to hand it off Paul George. George going to find Embiid. Grimes going to cut back door. Joel kicks it out to Maxey. 4-3. Maxey drives downhill, floats it up. Got it to fall. Nice floater out of Tyrese Maxey. By the way, I put this on my Twitter during the All-Star break, but Tyrese Maxey's 4th in the league in scoring. Did you know that? He's also tied for 2nd or 3rd in steals. And speaking of which, he's going to poke it away from Derek White. Drives the lane, floats it up. Grimes the alley-oop. Let's go to Slamma-Jamma. Woo! Guys, get this to 100 likes, man. I'm trying to hit the horn. 230 people in the building. We should have 200 likes by now. That'll help us push this show out to new viewers. That'll tell the algorithm that you enjoy it. At the end of the day, all of this is an algorithm. So without you guys interacting and engaging, it's hard to push out the content. Here's Derek White. He's going to spin on a pivot. Finds a way up to shoot the ball, and it's way short. Oubre throws it to nobody. And they're going to call a foul, actually, I think, on Oubre or Embiid. Tyrese Maxey's been a menace defensively as of late. Despite having a really bad slump this season, Tyrese Maxey is he's having a great season, man. Especially when you think about the inconsistency on this team, the roles that he has been playing with PG and Embiid in and out. I mean, Tyrese Maxey's doing his thing, bro. He really is. It's crazy that Maxey didn't make the All-Star game. And here comes Gershon Yabusele, the former Boston Celtic, who has been amazing this season. He's going to come in for Paul George. Don't get why he's not starting, but here we go. Here we go. Now we have another foul. So Al Horford coming in for the Celtics. They're going to run the 2 big lineup. Actually, it was not a foul. It was a 3-second. It's going to be on Joel Embiid, who's already huffing and puffing. Joel Embiid, from what they just showed, he looks like gassed, man. Edward says, I hit the like button. Thank you, man. Free throw going to be missed. Embiid says it's been the last month's stretch that killed the Big Three record. Dom says Flyers at least show some effort. Guys, if you were going to be rocking with the Sixers every single game, no matter what, if you're going to be tapped in with us, say me in the chat. We need to know who the diehards are, man. Also, we need one more like. Who's going to be number 100? Who's going to do it? Drew Holiday pops up a 3 and got it to fall. It's been amazing to see Drew Holiday in his career trajectory, see how good he has been over the course of his career. Tyrese Maxey around a screen, going to step back for a 3. That one a bit short. Here come the Boston Celtics. Derek White threw it, almost stolen by Grimes. I'll tell you what, man. So far, that Caleb Martin, Quentin Grimes trade is looking really good. like I said, man, when the Sixers traded for Grimes, like I wasn't mad at the trade. I thought it was like a lateral trade. I was mad when the Sixers announced they had to give up another draft pick in the trade, which kind of equaled it out. But Caleb Martin for Quentin Grimes, I mean, Grimes is a hooper, man. This guy has shown a lot of intensity. He's very hungry. I like his game a lot. Jaylen Brown going to find Porzingis on a pick and pop 3-ball. Got it. Yo, Joel and the rest of these boys are going to have to get out to the three-point line. Joel turns in the paint, falls down. He's hacked. And I think it's going to be a shooting foul on Porzingis. So Joel will go to the line for 2. Let's go, man. Yo, we got 100 likes, man. Y'all know what time it is. Drop the yes, sirs in the chat. Drop the yes, sirs in the chat. Ryan Sprakes is me. Rob Green, Greg Sanchez, Cool J, Rachel Tice, AG, Julius. Rachel's is always here with your RB. Let's go. Let's go. Embiid knocks down the first. Drop the yes, sirs. Let's wake up the neighbors, man. It's been too long. Let's go. Yes, sir. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, one thing I've learned this year, especially from doing these streams, you know, if I sit here and I talk like a robot, it's going to be very boring, man, with how this team has been all year. We got to have some fun. We need to enjoy this. We need to have a good time. There's Jaylen Brown on the other end of 3 and drains it. Embiid sat back in the paint. By the way, though, Embiid did make the free throws. $2 super chat, Philly for life. My guy says I'll be tapped in like an offensive rebound, RB. Let's go. Shout out to Philly for life, my dude. Appreciate you, bro. Maxey going to pop a 3, and he answers it on the other end. So the Sixers staying behind, but staying right in distance. Celtics are starting to shoot a lot of threes and make them already. Here's Jaylen Brown, drives the lane, floats it up, missed it, gets his own rebound. Brown going to kick it out to Horford. Here's Pritchard. Pritchard going to step back for 3 against Maxey. That's off to the left, rebounded by Yabu. And here come the 76ers. Grimes brings it up the floor. Here's Joel. Joel on the wing, muscling in, posting up. Joel behind the back pass. Here's Kelly Oubre, kicks it out. Gershon, now Maxey. Maxey switched on to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock, drives the lane, goes up, missed the layup, tapped in by Joel. Tapped in by Joel Embiid. The Sixers trail it by 2. 24-22. We have a timeout on the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, hold up. Let's do it again. I think people are still sleeping. I think people are still a little bit slumped from the break. But hold up. Let's go. Wake them up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don Boyle dropping the yes, sir emojis. AG dropping the yes, sir emojis. Ryan Rowe. What's up, Ryan Rowe? Long-time viewer, man. Rob Green. What's up, bro? That guy Samuels is back here for the first time in a year. Let's go Sixers playoff push starts now. If you guys are just getting tapped back in, just getting acclimated, let's go. We're here every game. And if you haven't been here in a year, like Samuel, not only do we do the live game show, we do a pregame and a postgame now. All in the same stream. You don't have to go anywhere. Literally, put it up on your TV, sit back, kick your feet up, and enjoy the game with RB. Let's go. We got 261 people in the building right now, 115 likes. Let's get it up to 200 likes. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you guys, man. It's been tough watching this team, but we're here regardless. We are here breaking it down, dropping videos. We are trying to build an enterprise, man. Trying to give you guys some fun during these games. If not, you're going to drive yourself into a damn wall, bro. Let's have some fun, man. Join our Discord. Check out our website. Check out our merch store, man. The products also pop up on the YouTube shop now, so check them out. If you want to support the brand, get your Sixers therapy tea. If you're mad at the Sixers and you think that you need to see a therapist, get your Sixers therapy tea or gift it to somebody, maybe for their birthday. Absolute psychotic Sixers watchers, but we're all crazy together. We're all crazy together. We'll be doing our trivia question here at the end of the first quarter. I'm excited for this trivia question because I think it's going to be a tough one. And I think that people are going to have a little bit of trouble. We're going to go Price is Right, though. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Anybody do anything fun over the last week and a half? I missed all of you. Anybody do anything fun? I actually got to go down to Florida for a couple days. Found a basketball court. I was hooping in case the Sixers want to make the call. You know what I mean? I'm here. Daryl, if you need me, I'm here. But yeah, man. Obviously, I went to the Eagles Super Bowl parade. It was absolutely incredible. I honestly got there later than I wanted to, but based on where I was at, I was like first, second row from the street. And it was awesome, man. You know, Jalen Hurts walked by, dapped him up, Nolan Smith. Who else? Milton Williams. It was awesome, man. All these guys just walking right through. Landon Dickerson. And just being out there with Eagle fans, man. I hope we get to experience that one day with the Sixers. I hope we get to experience the chaoticness, the craziness of winning a championship with the Sixers because the fans are amazing. All right, here we go, man. 2-point game. Tatum at the top. Tatum going to find Porzingis, kicks it out. Great ball movement by Boston, and Pritchard going to drain a three. Celtics just don't stop hitting three-pointers. You're going to have to beat them at their own game. That's why I'm interested to see if the Cavaliers can stay up with the Celtics in the playoffs. Paul George just got smacked in the face by Sam Hauser, who's in for the first time. By the way, Ricky Council has entered the ball game, so good thing to see Ricky out here getting some minutes. Hauser was trying to fight a screen, and his arm got bumped by Joel inadvertently. Definitely do not need PG going out with another injury. So it's Maxey, Paul George, Council, Yabusele, and Embiid. Here's PG around a screen. He's going to drive, dump it down low. Nice pass, and Yabusele is blocked out of bounds. What a play by Jason Tatum. Ball's going to go out. Celtics rock. That was a nice find by Paul George, but it was wasted. Here's Pritchard, another three, and he drills it again. Yo, can we guard Peyton Pritchard, man? Can we guard Peyton Pritchard? What the heck is going on? RB, last time we played the Celtics, you were on vacay. I'm still mad at letting go a 26-point lead. I hear you, man. Maxey going to be fouled. But yeah, I hear you, man, for sure. I did go back and watch that game. I went back and watched a little bit of that game. Wasn't good. Wasn't good. Dom says the parade was absolutely nuts. BF says I was at the art museum. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I was not waiting for 10 hours to try to get close. I went a couple hours before and I was right there seeing everybody go by. Tell you what though, man, coming back from the warm weather into the freezing cold, it's been an adjustment. It's been tough. I've had to do it 2 times now in the last couple of weeks. It's been brutal. Guys, 280 people in the chat. Please do me a favor, hit the like button. Welcome in. Final stretch of the season. Do you know that the Sixers need to go 22-6, 16 games above 500 for the rest of the way to finish above 500 for the season? Do you think they can do it? Is there any chance they can go 22-6? Tatum going to miss a 3-ball by a mile. Yabu up the floor. Maxey pushing the pace. Council slams it down. Ricky. That's what I like to see, nurse. That's what I like to see. Bring Ricky in, man. Here's Peyton Pritchard coming around a screen from Horford. Kicks it out. Horford for 3. Drains it again. Come on, bro. You got to guard the perimeter. They are 7 for 10 from 3. Here's a 3-ball from Maxey. Cannot answer. Sixers are giving them wide open threes. Tatum again. Oh my gosh. You know what? I was wrong on my I was wrong on my score prediction. I should have given the Celtics a lot higher of a cushion. I thought maybe coming out of the All-Star break, Tatum and Brown played. They might be a little rusty, but damn, bro. 8 for 11. Dude, they're not missing. Paul George for 3. That's a miss. Dude, the Celtics are not missing. This is what I said in the pregame show. Celtics are a high-volume three-point shooting team, and they're going to try to make you beat them at their game. Once they get ahead like this, though, it's hard. Tatum gets plucked by PG. Here's Yabusele. 30 seconds to go in the first. Yabusele looking for Joel. Joel getting hacked by Luke Cornett. Joel against Luke Cornett. Joel going to turn, go up, and he is fouled. I'll give Luke Cornett credit for continuing to play his way into the Celtics rotation. He does make me laugh, though. He looks like, I don't know. He's just funny, man. He's just funny. He's just funny, man. Bill in the chat says, Celtics fan, love your content, though. Thank you, Bill. We got a lot of Celtics fans that have tapped in over the years. Guys, if you're in here, do me a favor, man. Like the stream. Just go down below. There should be a little thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. PG on vacation with his lady should have woke him up, says Rob Green. Let's see. Ryan Sprague says, this is getting a bit rough. Scoreboard has not moved in forever. I think it's the right score now, man. It's a little bit delayed. A little bit delayed because we're on prime time, but let's see, man. All right, man. First one good for Joel Embiid. Celtics are 8 for 11 from 3. A lot of people think this type of play is ruining the NBA product this year. Essentially, 24 points have come via the 3-ball here in the first for the Celtics. I just don't like the type of looks that they are getting. Like, the Celtics have been way too wide open in the first on 3 balls. Free throw's good for Embiid. 8-point lead for Boston. 15 seconds to go. Shot clock unplugged. Get ready for trivia, man. Get ready for trivia. Here's Jason Tatum. He's going to pull up a 3. That one is short. Grimes the rebound. 3, 2, 1. Oubre cannot get it to go at the buzzer. Welcome in to Sixers Game Day Live. Ladies and gentlemen, Celtics lead at 36-28 at the end of the first quarter. A lot of 3 balls. We'll talk about it. But it is officially time for our Sixers trivia, man. You know we do it at the end of every first quarter. Get those keyboards ready. It is not about who gets it right first. It's about who gets it right first and comments it in the chat. All right, if you get it right, you'll hear this sound. We're going to see who our Sixers scholar, our trivia master is of the night. But before I do that, I got to let you know that the trivia question, the Sixers scholar trivia question, is presented by National University. Ladies and gentlemen, National University is a nonprofit accredited university offering flexible online schooling programs. Maybe you're someone trying to balance work, life, and school. NU is perfect for you, because they offer 4 and 8-week online courses and allow you to start sooner while finishing faster. They offer 150-degree programs, credentials, and certificates, but most importantly, they understand when you start and return to higher ed, you're not just a student, but a parent, caretaker, employee, and much more at the same time. So NU gives you support to balance your life. They are a veteran-founded university and awarded $50 million plus in scholarships across all their programs last year. So if you're interested in checking out their flexible curriculum and program offerings, click the link down in the description or the live chat to get more information today. National University, where you can juggle school with everything else life has to offer. All right. The trivia question of the day is, how many players have played for both the 76ers and the Boston Celtics? Only your first guess will count. And if nobody gets it right, we'll go Price is Right method. All right, if nobody gets it right, we're going to look at whoever doesn't go over but gets close. How many players in NBA history have played for both the Sixers and the Celtics dating back to the origination of both franchises? I thought this would be a pretty cool question for today. Sixers playing the Celtics. I was surprised at the answer. I'll tell you that. But we'll see who can get it right. Once again, welcome into the chat, man. Thank you all for being here. Give you guys about 20 more seconds. And then we will see who got it right. Once again, how many players have played as a member of both the Sixers and the Celtics? Let me pull up my other chat here and make sure that I give credit to whoever gets it. All right, man. Couple people got it right, but the first one by far to get it right was Remo in the chat. Remo, I believe, taking home his first trivia W of the season. Remo, what's up, man? The answer is 50. 50 players have played for both the Sixers and the Celtics. I did not think it was that many. But Remo, congratulations. Drop some dubs for Remo in the chat, our Sixers scholar of the evening. Thank you all for playing Sixers trivia, man. Every start of the second quarter, we'll drop a little trivia question in there. By the way, Andre Drummond finally in the ball game. PG, step back, got it to go. It's a deep two. I hate the deep two, man. I hate how PG always has his foot on the line. I hate how he always has his damn foot on the line. Here's Peyton Pritchard. Got Drummond to bite. Another three, and there it goes. Peyton Pritchard turns into Steph Curry against the Sixers, man. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So it's Paul George, Quentin Grimes, Yabusele, Oubre, and Drummond. So the Sixers pretty much have no point guard in right now. Here's PG, a chance to cook. Got the midi to go, and that one looked good. Here's Pritchard again. You got to keep an eye on him. Grimes trying to stay up. Pritchard with the start and stop. Nice move. Here's Horford. 8 on the shot clock, and he's going to... Come on, Drummond, a 3-second? I don't understand how you can get 2 3-second violations. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, that was a quick answer by Remo. I wonder if Remo knew that. I wonder if he knew it or looked it up. It was really quick, though. A lot of good guesses, though, for sure. Shout out to Remo, man. Good guess. Here's a 3 from Pritchard. Bro, are you kidding me? Can somebody put a hand in this man's face? 4 threes already for Peyton Pritchard. What is the Celtics' most threes in a game for a player? Holy crap. 3-ball Grimes missed it. Drummond, the rebound goes up. Got it with the left. Drummond, the offensive rebound, leads to points. Holy heck, bro. Can somebody guard Peyton Pritchard? Here's Jason Tatum. Tatum posting up against Grimes. Spins his way into the lane. Goes up. Wanted the foul. Didn't get it. Sixers heave it up the floor. Oubre trying to corral it. Pritchard saves it, but he was out of bounds. So it'll be Sixers ball down the other end. 270 people in the chat. We got 134 likes. That means half of the people in here have liked the stream. I need y'all to hit the thumbs up, man. Sixers Game Day Live presented by National University. We do this every single game. Tom says, rather see a Dembona than Andre Drummond. I agree. Don't know why Drummond's still playing. Paul George going to oop it up. He threw a terrible oop. I thought he was trying to shoot it for a second. It hits off the backboard. Celtics up the floor. Cornette drives and slams down the tomahawk. So the Celtics back up by 11. Also, remind me, I need to tell you guys something about the Sixers medical staff that's really ticking me off. I haven't had a chance to get it off my chest today other than on Twitter. Yabusele floats it up, missed it. Sixers really cooked Yabu, didn't they, man? When they took him out of the starting lineup. Hauser sidestep 3. That one is off. Quentin Grimes going to dribble, spin, step back. Grimes the elbow, got it to fall. Nice shot by Quentin Grimes. Marcus Smart made like 11 threes in a game. He has the record. Okay. So if that is correct, then it'll be 11 for Marcus Smart. But Pritchard is on fire. Here's Pritchard again. Thinks a three. Collision with Quentin Grimes and Luke Cornett. Cornett's down, but they're going to call a foul on Grimes. Don't see how somebody would have known that answer. Dang, Remo, they're accusing you, bro. They're accusing you, bro. Remo might have the upper hand or something. He might have the upper hand or something. Yeah, man, Pritchard is unbelievable against the Sixers. I need to look up his career stats against Philly. Tatum going to inbound. Here is Hauser. Finds Pritchard again. Quick trigger three. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, man. I know Pritchard has had his ups and downs. He's an NBA champion. But he is cooking right now. Drummond turns, spins, goes up, into the paint, missed it. Yabusele puts it back. Whoever said Peyton Pritchard in the pregame show for most points tonight, you were on to something. You were on to something. PG, you have to take over, man. Tatum, Cornett. Oh, my gosh. Cornett just dropped the sledgehammer. Bro, PG just got beat off a screen so bad. Holy heck. Holy heck. Ladies and gentlemen, man, this is like, I mean, wow. One of the issues the Sixers have had all season is their inability to guard the three-point line. But tonight, I feel like those looks are being generated by the Sixers' inability to defend a pick and roll. I mean, I just saw Paul George get bounced like 3 feet on a screen. That was insane, man. And Andre Drummond is terrible, man. Put in a Dembona. Put in a Dembona, man. All right, man. We got Goodman joining the Fire Take Nation. Goodman, welcome to the nation, baby. Thank you. Shout out to all the members. Let's see those emojis in the chat, man. Good man. Looks like he's a Thunder fan, but he's supporting the channel. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being a loyal supporter of us, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Guys, we got 300 people in the chat right now. 145 likes. Get us to 200 likes. We do this every game. We are watching the Sixers get absolutely lit up from three-point land right now. Told you it was going to happen in the pregame. That's why I was not too confident. Paul George had 9 points, mostly with Embiid on the floor, but he's let's go. Somebody has to stop Peyton Pritchard. Simple as that. Simple as that. Pritchard's got 15 off the bench in 8 minutes. Dear Lord. Ryan Pumper, $5 super chat. Says, getting ran off the floor by all the white guys. The Sixers are so disgusting, excluding Quentin Grimes. And like I said, Brian, at the beginning of the show, don't know if you were here, but, you know, the Sixers are making it known that they're trying to make a playoff push, and I just don't think that they're good enough, and I don't think that they're going to be consistent enough with the guys on the floor to, you know, make a solid playoff push. I just don't understand what the reasoning is, but if they lose this game and they get wiped off the floor tonight, they should just announce that Joel is going to sit the rest of the year. I mean, the guy literally said, I need surgery. Again, I need more rest. So why are you like pushing this lineup out there? Yeah, Joel had 8, 2, and 3, but he looked gassed already. taking away some Maxey touches. So we'll see what happens, man. Here's Kelly Oubre scanning the floor. Going to find Quentin Grimes. Out of the timeout. Grimes turns, spins. Grimes. Yabusele. And a foul. No, a 3-second on Drummond. Again? Drummond, you have to sit, man. You have to sit, man. How do you get 2 3-second calls in, what, 4 minutes? Dude, Drummond is, he's going to make me lose my mind. Jaylen Brown drives into the paint, goes up with the mid-range, got it to fall. Like I said, I come into these games now and I don't expect much, so it kind of has cooled me off a bit. Now, I was mad at that Sixers-Nets game before the break with Paul George scoring 2 points. As Oubre drives the lane, he's blocked by Luke Cornett. You're getting swatted by Luke Cornett. Holy smokes. Holiday in the paint, kicks it out. Pritchard, another 3. That one is short. Drummond the rebound. Drummond's got to go back to the headband, man. Tyrese Maxey up top, getting bumped by Luke Cornett. Come on, Max. You got Cornett on you. Grimes for 3. Missed it. Maxey, you have to take that. Now Maxey's mindset is screwed up. Come on, man. Come on. Here's Luke Cornett. I'm trying to figure out what Luke Cornett looks like as he drives the lane, goes up and in again. Drummond, where are you? Drummond. Holy heck, man. Grimes going to drive the paint, kicks Paul George, spot up 3, drills it. Nice shot by PG. He's got 12. Holy heck, man. Can we guard the 3-point line? Jaylen Brown, pull up 3. That one is short. Gets his own rebound. Everybody's watching the board. Come on, man. Lazy rebounding. Lazy on the glass. Lazy defending the paint. Lazy defending the 3-point line. I'm going to lose my mind, man. I'm staying calm and cool, man. I'm trying my best. Here's Drew Holiday. Holiday. Poked away by Paul George. Holiday dribbles, drives down the lane, goes up against Paul George, missed it. Embiid back in the game, rebounded by Grimes, though. Here come the Sixers. Let's go. You got to pick up the pace, man. Just don't know if this is how you can play. Grimes behind the back, floats it up, missed it. Oubre hits the front rim on the putback, and the Celtics have it. 13-point lead for the C's. Here comes another 3. I mean, all they do is shoot 3s. All they do is shoot 3s. 3 ball in the corner, Holiday. Missed it. Grimes, the rebound. Grimes the only dude out here rebounding, man. Oubre going to dribble into the paint. Drives, goes up. Got it, and 1. 1's in the chat. Yes, sir. Woo! Wake up the neighbors, baby. Let's wake them up. Wake them up. You know what's pretty crazy what I'm noticing right now? You know what I'm noticing, guys and girls? It's like every time the Sixers bring in a role player, they start off really hot with the Sixers, right? Oubre going to knock down the free throw. 3-point play good. Like you think about Buddy Hield, right? His start, that's just one example. There's others as well. Quentin Grimes is an absolute dog. And it's like once they get acclimated to the Sixers culture, they usually end up, I mean, like, I don't know, settling in kind of. Like Quentin Grimes right now, he is playing like his career is on the line. Quentin Grimes has done nothing but excel in these first 5 games. He's playing amazing basketball, but I just feel like every time they get soaked into the culture here, then they just start playing different. Not for everybody, but for a lot. But Grimes right now has the most rebounds on the floor. Oubre going to poke it away. Here come the Sixers. 10-point lead for the Celtics. Maxey dribbles, drives, kicks, Grimes. Joel Embiid steps into a three. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Poked away by Council. Council goes up, missed it, and then tapped it out. Come on, Ricky. We got Don Boyle in the chat dropping the ones. Edward, Ben, what's up, everybody? Samuel, what's up? Lexi in the building. Shout out to the Fire Take Goats. Rob Downs in the chat. What's up, Rob? Another great channel member. Eaton Pritchard pump fakes, gets 2 to bite, and then Embiid going to pick up a foul. Colin says this team was way better and more fun to watch on that 5-game win streak when the starting 5 was Maxey, Yabu, Kelly, Edwards, and whoever. I agree. I think the young guys played better, played more together. And yeah, I think that the smart thing to do would be to try to get your top 6 pick, but apparently the Sixers are trying to keep this thing going. Jaylen Brown kicks it out. Derek White sidestep for 3. Got it again. Oh yeah, I wanted to say something about the medical staff. I'm going to say it at the next stoppage here. Maxey through the legs. Maxey guarded by Derek White comes around his screen. Maxey guarded by Drew Holiday. Maxey finds Grimes. Embiid shoves somebody to the floor. Embiid goes up, bumped, and fouled. Embiid just started yelling at the ref. I got to see the replay here. Let's see what happened. So, looked like Maxey shoved Derek White to the ground. And then Porzingis gives him a hard elbow. So I don't know if they're going to review this. By the way, there's former assistant coach Sam Cassell. Shout out to Sam. So they're not going to review it. Joel at the line. First one is good. Looked like a little bit of an excessive elbow by Porzingis, but just sticking up for his guy. Oh, yeah. So the Sixers medical staff, man. So Eric Gordon, not like I want to see Eric Gordon play basketball anymore. Embiid knocks down both. 11-point game. But Nick Nurse said earlier today that Eric Gordon now has a wrist injury that they just can't fix. 3-ball missed by Porzingis. He said Eric Gordon went to 2 specialists and they just can't fix his wrist. Just like they can't fix Kyle Lowry's hip. Just like Joel Embiid is injured every game. Paul George. Grimes for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Boston. So my question is, when do we get to a point where we start questioning the medical staff? Like, how do you have guys that just can't have healable injuries? Like, this medical staff has to be on the spotlight. They've been one of the worst in the league, man. And it's been happening for a long time. Jaylen Brown drives the lane and he's fouled. Like, how do you... Again, I'm not pressing for Eric Gordon to come back. He had one good stretch. He went to the dentist. He was on fire for 10 games. They should have traded him. They didn't. And now Kyle Lowry has an unhealable hip injury. Eric Gordon has an unhealable wrist injury. And Robert Covington last year, and I quote, was a guy with no light at the end of the tunnel. I just don't understand it. Anyway, that's my little rant on the Sixers medical staff. Drummond had a toe injury for 12 games? Let's go. 15 games. Drummond was in one game and then his toe was out. They said his toe is just not going to go away. Like, I just don't get it, man. Let's see, man. $5 super chat. Brian Pumper says RB, they average like 35 years old. Come on, man. And I get that. But I'm just saying, how do you have an unhealable injury? I know a lot of 35-year-olds that get hurt, they bang their arm or something, and then it heals. Ricky Council going to drive to the lane, finds Oubre. Oubre floats it up. That one is short. And a foul on Porzingis. Look, I'm not saying they're not going to get hurt again, but they should be able to heal. Ray says, RB, I saw you at the parade. Didn't come up to you, though. You should have, man. Should have came up. Philly for Life member for 43 months. Joel fouled and won. Foul on Holiday. Let's go. Drop the ones in the chat, man. Yeah, definitely a bump there by Holiday, but yo, and one, man. Joel Embiid and Paul George have combined for 24. Philly for Life says worst medical staff in history. Done with Drummond, RB. Yeah, I'm done with Drummond, man. I'm done with Drummond, man. Might be legit the worst medical staff in all of sports. Brian Pupper says Embiid's joints are made of ceramic. Remo says Josh Harris sabotaging us because of the Eagles. 3:20 to go here in the first half. Jason Tatum up top comes around his screen. Tatum drives, kicks, corner, Brown for 3. Airballed it. Wow. Sixers with a chance to cut the lead now. Joel kicks it back. Paul George for 3. He missed it. Tatum the rebound. Members, let's see those channel member emojis, man. I see the badges. I see your names lighting up. Let's see those emojis, man, so I can shout you out. And guys, we got 280 people in the chat. Can we get to 200 likes? Tatum around his screen. Switched on to Embiid. Here's a double. Tatum steps back in the corner for 3, and he hits it again. Guys, can we get 40 more likes? Get us to 200, man. Maxey down the lane. Found and one. Another one. Another one. Yes, sir. And one. Come on, man. 62-51. Despite the miserable three-point shooting performance here, I mean, the Sixers are at least keeping it somewhat close. It's not out of hand yet. But yo, Tyrese Maxey, man, drop the ones. $2 super chat from Robert Downs. Robert, thank you so much for the love, man. Shout out to Rob, great channel member in the building. Let's see all the members in the building so we can shout you guys out, man. Need y'all to get active in here. That's what we do here. Pre-game, live game, post-game. I think we need a like spike, man. 300 people watching us. Share it around to a friend. Share it around to a family member. Let's go, man. Let's go. We got Lawrence Green in here, Terrence Hamilton, AG, Don Boyle, Sixers Sam. We got all the great members in here. Lexi, Rachel Tice. Let's go. Let's go, man. Sam says, I hate playing the Celtics for this reason. They don't miss from 3. Rachel says, anybody else's stream choppy? I'm trying to watch and listen. It's really hard to listen. Kenneth Jackson, what's up, bro? Garland Redding, what's up, bro? Dropping the Yabu emoji. Appreciate y'all being in here, man. Let's go. Let's go. Guess I got to keep reminding people, man. But make sure your notifications are on. Don't miss it. We drop videos. We go live every game. We got you covered, man. This one's brought to you by National University, powered by BetUS. Shout out to our great partners. Let's go, man. Let's go. Best community in the world. I'll put that up against anybody, man. You guys have been here rocking with me forever. It feels like forever, man. Feels like forever. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Where are we at now? 170? All right, man. We're about 30 away. $5 super chat from Vincent Saravo. He says, modern players are not disciplined, leads to lagging injuries. I think that's part of it, maybe. But I also think it could be a regimen of training, nutrition, you know, things like that. Back-to-backs. I feel like these guys put a lot of strain on their bodies, and plus, you know, they're more athletic. They're more, you know, they're more athletic. They're more active. They do a lot more than the old days. There was a clip, I think it was during the All-Star game, playing of like a 1970s game. I was like, wow, man, like these dudes really had no mobility. They turn, hook shot, turn, hook shot. Crazy when you watch a game back then compared to now. So I do think the NBA is going to have to do something about it. Like I said, there's just way too many guys injured. But that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Garland says, make the playoffs or top 6 pick, RB. Let me ask you guys that question from Garland. Guys, what do you think? Make the playoffs or top 6 pick? Would you rather make the playoffs or try to get the top 6 pick? I guess that's based on how far you think they can go in the playoffs. Now the Sixers are going to do a full court press. Wow, I haven't seen this in a long time, man. Maybe since last year. Crazy. Here is Jason Tatum going to push off Council. Floats it to Porzingis. 2 on the shot clock. Porzingis steps back and can't get it to fall. Nice box out by Tyrese Maxey. 2:05 to go here in the first half. Council, hop step, finds PG. Back to Ricky. Ricky thinking about a 3. Here's Paul George. George, right. The cross to the left. Drives, kicks, nice find. Oubre for 3. Can't get it to go. Come on, Kelly. Got to hit that. Tatum, Brown, 2-man game. Boom. 2-man on the fast break. You really start to notice the Sixers' lack of speed on the transition game. I mean, you see how fast those dudes beat them down the floor? Maxey drives, lays it up and in with the right. Nice get back by Maxey. 10-point game now. Derek White up top. He's going to find Tatum. Tatum coming around a screen from Horford. Tatum's got Horford wide open. Tatum going to drive the lane himself. Goes up against PG. Missed it. Brown taps it up and in. Tell you what, man. I'm getting really tired of the Sixers just not rebounding. RJ says, I want the pick. By the way, shout out to RJ, man. I saw your comment on my last video when I was in North Carolina, South Carolina. I did try the Beaver Nuggets. They were really good, man. Here's Maxey coming around a screen. Maxey drives the lane again. Easy one. Nobody in sight. Celtics shoot all these threes. They might have forgot to play defense in the second quarter. They might have forgot to play defense. 10-point game yet again. Maxey now at 14. Brown going to find Horford. Horford pops up a 3. Come on. Guard the 3-point line. Bro, I'm going to lose my mind. They have 14 threes. 14. Maxey for 3 again. Short. Holy crap, bro. Philly for Life, $2 super chat. He says, top 6 pick, hands down. We are going nowhere right now. I think I agree, man. I think a top 6 pick would do wonders for this team. With Maxey, McCain, guys like that. Porzingis, another 3. Bro, this is unfair. This is unfair. This is like video game numbers right now. This is like video game numbers right now. This is insane, bro. Hold on, I got to tweet this out. What up, y'all? I got to tweet this out. I can't believe what I just watched. I'm really trying to process what just happened. Wow. All I can say is wow. Welcome into the Game Day Live show, man. Halftime live right here on Philly Take with RB. 315 people in here. Guys, how do you feel about that game, man? You know what we do every halftime. We got to get the one words flowing in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, before I get the one words, the Sixers are 3 for 17 from 3. And the Celtics are 15 for 25. Do you know how bonkers that is? And I know the Celtics do this a lot, but just to see it in action, I mean, the Celtics are not missing. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, drop one word in the chat right now to describe this game. If you had to sum this game up in one word, how do you describe it? How do you describe it? I'm going to give you my word, and we're going to talk about what needs to happen for the rest of this game, and I'll read out some of your comments, but I got to give a shout out to BetUS. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, go over to betus.com. Celtics were a 7-point favorite at the beginning of this game. I said they would cover that and win by more, and I think I'm on the right track. I might have predicted their final score too low at 116, but they are not missing. It's like being shot out of a cannon, some of these threes. It's unbelievable. Sixers can't guard the three-point line, but you can always go over to betus.com and guard yourself against some of these safer bets. So go to betus.com, use code YouTube150 over on betus.com. Get a 150% deposit on your first deposit up to $2,000. 150% deposit match bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. And if you think the Sixers have any chance in heck of coming back to win this game, maybe take the Sixers or take the Celtics live odds spread. They got all your parlays, odds, bonuses, and more. Check them out, betus.com. All right, man. One word to describe this game. I'm going back and forth between like 3 different words. I'm going to say pointless. My word is going to be pointless. And it kind of resonates with the theme of what I said at the beginning of this stream, where if the Sixers come out and they can't hang with the Celtics, if they can't contend with them, then this is pointless. This is pointless of having Joel Embiid out on the floor when he needs to get another surgery. It's pointless to have Podcast P. Now, if you look at their numbers, offensively, Maxey with 14, Embiid with 13, Paul George with 12. Right? So you look at this team, they have 39 points between the 3 of them at half. I mean, that's not terrible, right? But what it doesn't show is the lack of defensive effort. All the points they're having are getting negated on the other end. Paul George getting bumped off high screens. Joel Embiid refuses to get out of drop coverage. And the Sixers are getting absolutely torched from the three-point line, which has happened all season. But to me, this is pointless. If you can't beat the Celtics or at least make it close, then what is the point of trying to make the play-in, losing your draft pick potentially, getting to the playoffs to play the Cavs or the Celtics? I know the Sixers have beat the Celtics once this year. The Sixers have contended well with the Cavs, beat them. But the playoffs is a different beast. You have to win a series. So, yeah, pointless. Pointless is my word. That's how I feel right now. But we'll see if they can turn it around in the second half. Vincent Saravo with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, honestly, RB, injury prone should be a much higher trade and signing determination factor. So I think what you're saying is that when making trades and signings, the Sixers need to no longer get any injury prone players. I agree with you, Vincent. I think it is very tiresome what we have had to witness. But I would also counter that by saying that every team, mostly, the Celtics not really, but almost every team has dealt with a major injury this season. I think the NBA's got a real injury issue, different topic for a different day. But I do agree. When you have players that are as injury prone as Embiid and Paul George, then you get to the situation you're at right now where there's just not that much chemistry. And look, they're playing good offensively, but defensively, defense wins championships. I believe that you have to have that mindset. And the Sixers just will not guard anything. Now, I do want to give credit, and I'll read out your words here in a second. I do want to give credit to guys like Peyton Pritchard, who has 5 threes, even though he's not this good. Like, he is absolutely cooking. You know, Tatum with 11, 4, 7. Porzingis with 10. He's got 2 threes. Derek White's got 2 threes. Like, you got to give them credit. This is how they play. They're run and gun. But I would also argue that the Sixers just refuse to guard the three-point line. And it's mainly coming off one simple action. Nick Nurse is a defensive-minded head coach. And if you're telling me that Nick Nurse cannot coach this team up to know how to guard the three-point line, to know how to get through a screen, to fight over, fight under, and communicate. There's no communication. If you're telling me that Nick Nurse can't coach this team up to do that, and they haven't done it all season, then there's a real issue. There is a real issue. All right, let's read some of the words out. We'll get into more here. Let's see. Defenseless. I knew that was coming. Philly for Life says perimeter defenseless. Colin says abysmal. Belt to ass. Tank. Firing squad. Brickfest. Overwhelmed. Indolent. What a word by Don Boyle. Lawrence says despicable. RJ says cone. That's right. They're cones on defense. Colin says abysmal. Terrence says normal. Corp says failures. Kenneth says horrible. Belt. Let's see. What else do we got? Normal. Incomprehensible. Lifeless. Washed. Insanity. Pathetic, says Lawrence. So yeah, I mean, you want to know the difference in the game. I'm surprised it's not even more widespread. You know, one team is 3 for 17 from long range. The other's 15 for 25. I mean, that's just insane. That's insane, man. One thing I do want to highlight about Nick Nurse's rotations, I'm still confused how now Council gets minutes tonight. Jared Butler gets no minutes. He went from playing to not playing. Adem Bona now gets no minutes as well. So I just don't understand the inconsistency with these lineups. And I really do feel like Gershon Yabusele got screwed when they pulled him out of the starting lineup. I honestly would have started Yabu over Oubre. I don't think Oubre should have 9 shot attempts at halftime. But also, this is the product of basketball that you are playing, right? So even though offensively your main 3 guys have 39 combined, you're giving it all up on the defensive end. I mean, how many times did we just watch Tatum and Brown or Drew Holiday just blow right down the floor and just, you know, leave everybody in the dust? How many times did we just see that? Because the Sixers are too slow, man. So yeah, the Embiid ball system is working tonight a little bit, but you're giving it all up on the other end, and you're too slow on the perimeter to guard a pick and roll. I saw Andre Drummond get exposed. I mean, Drummond is awful, man. I can't believe what's going on with Drummond. Adem Bona is more athletic. He rebounds better. He does everything better. Bona has to play over Andre Drummond. I'd be playing Jared Butler. I would be playing all the young, quick guys against the Celtics because they're run and gun. Even in the last game against the Celtics, although the Sixers choked a 26-point lead, they were playing up-tempo for a lot of that game.
Let's go.
I mean, how many quick actions, you know? And the Celtics, I give them credit. Very good at moving the ball. You want to talk about chemistry, right? We'll talk about this on the postgame later, but you want to talk about building up chemistry? The Celtics are the perfect example of that. That's why they're champions last year. That's why they probably will win it again. You see how effortless it is to connect? Everybody's moving the ball. They know where everybody's going to be on the floor. 1 through 12 can shoot. That's the type of team you need to build, in my opinion. But to go 15 for 25 in the first half is just insane. And for Peyton Pritchard to be cooking like this is nuts. $5 super chat from Riaz. He says, RB, we have no defense out there. I would have been happy had we had spent the PG money on OG Anunoby type. We need to get some dogs this offseason. We've said that for a while, man. But I just said this a little while ago, Riaz. I don't know if you were in here. I would like to know if you guys agree or disagree with this. By the way, 190 likes. Get us 10 more. Get us to 200 likes, man. I would like to know if you agree or disagree with this. The Sixers bring in these dogs from the outside, right? And right now, Quentin Grimes is a perfect example. By the way, Quentin Grimes should not be your leading rebounder. But anyway, Quentin Grimes is playing with energy. He's a dog, right? He's getting up on his guy and he's showing a lot of tenacity, a lot of effort. But every time the Sixers get these dogs from outside, they turn to puppies real quick. You know, they turn to cats. They don't do anything like beyond. So I feel like it's a culture problem. I feel like it's a way of the Sixers rather than bringing in dogs. Like they can go get these, you know, big time players, but they bring them in here and they acclimate themselves and they adjust to the system. It's like molding yourself to the environment, and then they don't play as good. They start off good and then they don't keep it up. So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think? Kid Kern in the chat says, I will continue to watch the Sixers only with a victory this game. Don't care it's the Celtics. Show some heart. Guard the three-point line. Stop leaving your feet on every pump fake. Go Birds. Go Sixers. Shout out to Kid Kern. Yeah, I agree. That's what I said at the beginning, man. If you're not going to win this game, if you're going to get wiped off the floor tonight, what is the point of continuing to, you know, keep this season up? Why? Where's Lonnie Walker? He's not playing tonight. He'll be ready to go next game per Nick Nurse. I just don't understand the mentality. You can't guard the damn three-point line. Can't guard the damn three-point line. It's unbelievable. This team has no defensive mentality, man. It's unbelievable. It's frustrating. It's annoying. I agree with Kid Kern. I'm not going to sit here and just say, oh, well, it is the Boston Celtics. Well, this is the team you're probably going to play in the first round if you get in. This might be the team you play. So we can't just say, oh, it's the Celtics. Like, no, this is a team you might have to play. Anyway, those are my thoughts, man. Thank you all for being here so far. We got a ton of people in the chat. We're back in action. Final stretch of the season, 28 games to go. We'll be here every game, pregame, live game, postgame, right on this stream. You don't have to go anywhere. Once again, I will encourage you guys to go check out the merch store if you want to check out some items, support us, or become a channel member. All the links to support us are down below. I will be back in just a few moments, and we'll get ready for the second half. Tika says the Philly environment saps the life out of players. Do they hate being there? I don't think it's that. I think it's on the floor. C-Block says, I agree with you, RB. Riaz says the dogs set the culture. Embiid had to beg Morey to sign PJ Tucker. We haven't had many in here in the Embiid era. Well, even a guy like Yabusele, you know, they bring him in and now he's benched. He comes off the bench and he's just not the same player. Not the same player. I just don't understand it. All right, man. We will be back. We will be back in just a few moments, but I want to know from you guys. And by the way, we need one more like. Somebody hit that thumbs up. Do you want the Sixers to go for a playoff push, or do you want them to try to get a top 6 pick? Give me your thoughts in the chat. We'll be right back. All right, man, we are back. We are back. Sorry, we missed about 30 seconds a minute here. Derek White for 3, missed it. Had to take care of something, my bad. But we're back, man, we're back. Kelly Oubre going to dribble, drive, spin, gets plucked. Back up to Grimes. Grimes drives, kicks, PG for 3. Can't get it to fall. Derek White, the rebound. Look how fast they run up the floor. Tatum, Brown, bro, they're everywhere. 16-point lead at halftime. Now it's a 19-point lead. Bro, they are everywhere, man. There's Kelly Oubre posting up against Drew Holiday. Kicks it out in B. There's no rhyme or reason with this offense. Oubre to Maxey. 3 on the shot clock. Maxey, Oubre for 3. Short again. Everybody's deferring, man. Everybody's deferring. Derek White, pump fake. Grimes, bid on it. White fouled on the shot. This team is so depressing, man. This team's so depressing, man. All right, let me see what I missed. Let me see what I missed. Sorry about that. My apologies. What did I miss? Jaylen Brown made a shot, Tyrese Maxey a floater, and then Drew Holiday made a 3-pointer. First one good at the line for Derek White, 21-point lead for the Boston Celtics. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor right now. If you guys are still tapped in with RB, drop a fire emoji in the chat. Drop a fire in here. Let me know you're in here. I really do appreciate everybody sticking in here with me through this season. Derek White knocks it down. We're going to do a lot of good coverage, man, through the offseason, next season. We keep it going. We went to Summer League last year. I covered this team independently, so everything you see here coverage-wise, on all platforms is just me trying to build this thing up and cover the team from a different perspective. Derek White up the floor. White kicks it back. Jason Tatum around a screen. Dribbles, drives into the paint, turns, spins out to Jaylen Brown. Another 3 and another cha-ching. If you guys are new to this show, I used to do a podcast with Sixers player Paul Reed. I've been on Bleacher Report now for a couple years. I do a show every Thursday night on Bleacher Report and every Friday night as well for the Eagles. But we cover this team on a ton of platforms, so get active with the coverage. Jaylen Brown again, short. Maxey tracks down the board. Where's Joel Embiid at? Like, is this guy going to rebound at all? Grimes lays it up on the break. Got it to go. 85-62. Larry B in the chat. Rob Green, Rob Downs, Dubman, Chris Henry, AK Lawrence, Sixer Sam, Yak Rider, Lawrence, AG, Sam E, Lexi, Ryan Sprague. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 7 guys with 2 threes. Holy crap. Tatum against Grimes. Tatum posting up, drives into the lane, and fouled. Dude, they're just bullying this team. Bullying. We did hit 200 likes, though, man. Let's go. Wake them up. Wake them up. Yes, sir. Oh, it's almost like wake me up, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's almost like wake me up when things get better, man. And let me ask you guys a question, man. Do you think Yabusele should be starting or coming off the bench? Because I just don't understand why they took him out of the lineup. Nick Nurse's inconsistent rotations all year have really started to piss me off. As a guy that likes Nick Nurse, who interviewed Nick Nurse before, I'm getting really annoyed at Nick Nurse and his rotations. Oubre drives, fouled in 1. Drop the ones. Yes, sir. There has to be something said about the Sixers' ability to hire coaches that do the same exact things. Brett Brown, Doc Rivers, Nick Nurse. Like, why do they all do the same thing? Brett Brown never played Trey Burke because, Howell Neto was the longer-term vet. Doc Rivers wouldn't play Isaiah Joe. Wouldn't play Paul Reed. Played DeAndre Jordan. Playing Dwayne Dedman. Played all these old guys.
Let's go.
George Hill. Now Nick Nurse finally gets a couple gems. He gets Ricky Council and Adem Bona, and he doesn't play him a lot. Plays Andre Drummond and whoever else. It's unbelievable how they continue to do the same things over and over. Sean, we'll get to your super chat here in a second. Here's Derek White up top, guarded by Oubre. Tatum down to Porzingis, kicks it out. Luckily, I'm actually going to say luckily they fouled Porzingis because 5 guys just dove at the ball. Left a wide open 3 again. Sean Bolger, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, and the Sixers want to get into the play-in to play against this team for what? That's what I'm saying, Sean. Exactly. Porzingis misses the hook. I agree, 100%. You want to get into the 7 seed to play this team? You're going to get smoked. You're going to get smoked. Here's Joel Embiid. Dribbles, steps over, drives, lays it up, missed it again. Bad game from Embiid. 3-ball Derek White. That time it rolls off. The fact that Quentin Grimes is your leading rebounder is insane. Quentin Grimes, Paul George, wide open, another 3. Off the mark, Embiid can't pull it in. Porzingis slams it on the other end. I feel like I just keep saying the same things every game. I feel like I just keep saying the same things every game, bro. And were the Sixers playing a zone defense against this team? Are you kidding me? Like, they're not going to be able to break their way out of a zone? They're shooting 55 for 56. Like, come on, bro. I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. The fact that Quentin Grimes, and shout out to Q, he's been amazing. The fact that Quentin Grimes is your leading rebounder right now with 6 boards is beyond me. That is a disgrace. Joel Embiid has 3 boards, PG has 2, and Yabusele has 3 off the bench, Drummond with 3. Like, Quentin Grimes is how tall? 6'3"? He's your leading rebounder? That's insane. The Sixers are too slow, they're too old, and they're too unathletic. They're getting beat down the floor on every transition bucket. They're getting beat on the 3-point line because they won't go out and guard guys because they're too slow. They can't get back. And they're getting beat on the glass. So what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? I feel like I say the same thing every game. Rachel Tice says, I agree with your word of the game, RB. Pointless having this guy on the floor, potentially injuring himself even more and playing horribly, embarrassing himself and the rest of the organization. Exactly, Rachel. Exactly. This is pointless. Joel is hurt. We know that. He's told us. We know that. He's hurt. Why is he still out here trying to rebound? Like, it's unbelievable, man. It's crazy. They can't do anything good that teams do that win games. And I know people are probably going to come in here and be like, oh, the Sixers are quitting right now. I don't even think they're quitting. I don't even think they're quitting, man. I think they're just too slow. They're just not good enough. AK, that's a wild comment, bro. Boston leads at 89-65. Oubre for 3. Rolls off again. Horford tried to save it. He couldn't. AJ Williams, what's going on, man? JT says, Rachel, it's my sis. Family affair RB. Max's tank for Cooper flag. AD says Embiid needs to shut it down in the next 2 weeks. He needs to shut it down tonight. He needs to shut it down tonight if they get wiped off the floor. Jared Butler in the game now. Here's Maxey around the screen. Maxey, Embiid. Embiid trying to get it off the dribble against Horford. Kicks it back. Oubre, 2 on the shot clock. Drains a 3. Let's see. Rachel says, I love that you're here. I guess we got some siblings in the chat. Let's go. Guys, put your fams on, man. Tell your next door neighbor. Don't wake them up, though. Horford for 3. Off the mark. Let's keep growing the show, man. Let's keep growing the community. 6 minutes to go here in the third. Maxey, Embiid. Here's Oubre. Crosses, dribbles, drives. Oubre to the paint, goes up. And an offensive foul on Kelly Oubre. He got crazy. He got wild there, throwing bows at Luke Cornett. Throwing bows at Luke Cornett. Rob says they are trying. I mean, they're trying. They're just too slow, man. Too slow. Here's Jaylen Brown around another screen. Jared Butler finally in for the first time. Pull up. Jaylen Brown missed it. Rebounded by Yabu. Here come the Sixers. Down by 21. Butler. Crosses. Back the other way. Jared Butler working against Al Horford. Kicks it back to Yabusele. Yabu fouled. You know what's crazy too, man, is like, I feel like if the Sixers put all the young guys in, they'd probably come back and win this. Or at least make it close. C-Block says, watching this team makes you appreciate what Jeff Lurie does. Lawrence says, sit and be down. That's it. He slows the team up. I can't take it no more. I feel it, man. I feel it. Is that David Roddy? David Roddy is in for the first time. Butler for 3. It's short. Yo, can we get some David Roddy love in the chat? Yeah. David Roddy has entered the game for the first time as a Sixer. Here's a trap. Pritchard from a deep 3. Off the mark. Cornette gets a rebound. Joel, are you going to freaking rebound, bro? Are you going to rebound? Horford drives, hooks it up, missed it. Luckily, David Roddy picks it up. Yo, Joel really will not rebound the ball. It's crazy. Jared Butler going to drive, floats it up, missed it off the bank. Yabusele kicks it out. Maxey dumps it in B. Jared Butler wide open for 3. Missed it again. Yeah, this game's over. 4 for 27 from 3 is an absolute embarrassment. 4 for 27. Tatum for 3 off the mark. Horford saves it. Dude, Embiid, you are pissing me off, bro. You are. Pritchard a 3. Missed it. Cornette rebound. Joel, where are you? Joel, you got to sit, bro. You got to sit, Joe. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. David Roddy for 3. Missed it. Well, the good news is that we're still going to be here every game. We're still going to find ways to have a good time. The bad news is that the Sixers are getting absolutely embarrassed on their home floor, by the way, which I told you was going to happen. Joel Embiid has no interest in rebounding the basketball, defending, or doing anything. He's walking around ball watching. He's obviously hurt. Paul George had 9 points in the first quarter and now has only had 3 points since. Tyrese Maxey's the only guy out here trying to score the ball. You got David Roddy playing. Jared Butler now comes into the game. He's 0 for 4 in 3 minutes. I can't take it, bro. Just shut this thing down. Try to get the top 6 and just call it a day. Call it a day. That's where I'm at. Ego, what's up, bro? Says the good thing is that we're losing. Sports says RB, so many comments, so little solutions. Is that a serious comment? Is that a serious comment? Because I've only been telling you the solution every game. I've been telling it to you literally every game about 12 times per game. 12 times per game. Is that a serious comment? Josh says if you squint, you can see the Larry O'Brien. That's what I'm saying. Daryl Morey said you got to squint. You need new prescriptions, man. Podcast P needs another vacation. Sad part, when we should shut down what we should, it will get better. Look, all I'm saying is, man, get the top 6 pick. Try to get the top 6. Y'all want the solution? That's the solution, man. Joel Embiid is hurt. Get him the surgery. Paul George is terrible. Tyrese Maxey is not on his game anymore because he's not getting 30 shot attempts a game. That's the solution. You got Andre Drummond looking like a center from 1985. Sit him down, play a Dembona. You want the solution? I'll give you the same solution every single game. Literally, it's what it is. Every game. Every game. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Actually, no, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you in the comments. When's the last time you had fun watching the Sixers? I really want to know. I want to know when the last time you had fun watching this team is. The 4-game win streak with the young guys, maybe. I'm talking about overall. When's the last time you had fun watching this team? Like, this is miserable, man. You have your starting big 3 out there and you're getting smacked. You're showing up to the fight and getting knocked out before the first punch. Ricky Council going to drive, floated up, missed it again. Going to be Sixers ball out on the Celtics. 2001, says Ryan Campbell. 1989, 5-game win streak this season. Butler year, 2 years. Last year. 2021. Can they get a top 6 with all the young guys playing? It's a good question, Rob. Maybe this lineup is the tanking lineup. Maybe we're all fooled. Roddy for 3, out again. Not a good showing from David Roddy so far. And the thing that I hate, man, is that the body language on this team is like nobody cares. Especially your top 3. Like, that's really what ticks me off. Is like they look like they don't care at all. At all, man. Jimmy Butler team hasn't been fun since, says Mac. Maybe this is the tanking lineup. Here's Jason Tatum going to pull up a mid-range. Got it again. Here's Ricky Council going to pull up a wide open 3. Ricky going to drain it. 95-71. We got 315 people watching us live. Welcome in. Sixers Game Day live show. I know we're it's a tough season, man, but we're trying to push through. Tatum again. At least we got the young guys in now. Some of them, at least. Here's Pritchard dribbling, driving against Ricky, goes up, quick layup, got it to go. Just a beautiful execution by Peyton Pritchard. (97-71). Maxey dumps it. Ricky hands it off to Grimes. Grimes into the paint, and he threw it to nobody. Ricky was supposed to go back to the corner, and he didn't move. So another turnover, man. Brutal watch. Brutal. 3-ball from Horford. Got it to go. 100-71. Ricky Council going to pull up a 3, and Ricky hits it again. Your solutions are based off emotion over logic. You posted the depth chart. It looks like a championship depth chart. This might be the most confusing thing in pro sports history. Tatum going to miss it. Look, you guys can't be this dumb, can you? Come on now. I'm trying to give you a break here. But to come at me and say my opinions are based off emotion. I am basing my opinion, not even opinions. I'm basing the facts. I'm telling you the facts based off the facts. You know what a depth chart doesn't include? How many games they play. They don't play games together. And when they play together, they have no chemistry. Why? Because they don't play games together. Come on, man. Al Horford for 3, missed it. Basketball is not one on a piece of paper. It's one on the floor. They have no chemistry. And they're too slow. You know what a depth chart doesn't show you? Age. Quentin Grimes blocked by Cornette. This is turning into a bloodbath. A bloodbath. "15 seconds to go here in the third quarter as the Sixers are getting torn apart by the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum swings it. Horford lost it out of bounds. Going to be Sixers ball. Celtics have won 7 out of 8 games. Going to be 8 out of 9. Sixers have lost 7 out of 8 games. They've lost 5 in a row. It's going to be 6 after this one. It is crazy how like people come in here and they're like, yo, you just base your opinions off emotions and you don't say anything. Bro, I say the same thing every game because it is the same thing. It is the same exact thing every game. And the only time they've looked promising is when they play all young players. But anyway, man, we are going to the fourth quarter. We got 330 people in here. That is amazing. Thank you all for sticking with me. Philly Take with RB. We'll be here regardless, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Get us to 300 likes. And be sure those notifications are on. We're still dropping videos. We're still dropping content. And I think I need to take some people back to school in this chat. I really do. I think some people need to go back to school in this chat based on what they're saying. So I'm going to let you guys know about the sponsor of tonight's show, and it is National University. Ladies and gentlemen, check out National University right now. Click the link pinned in the chat or down in the description. Or if you know somebody who's looking to go back to school and is trying to balance school with work, life, and all that other stuff, check out National, man. They're a nonprofit accredited university offering flexible online programs. That's right. You can go to school from the comfort of your own home. 4 and 8 week online courses. They allow you to start soon, finish quick. They offer 150 degree programs, credentials, certificates, and they understand that when you start or return to higher ed, you're balancing a lot. You know, you're a student. You might have a child to take care of. You might be an employee with a stressful job, all of that together, NU gives you the support to balance your life. National University is a veteran-founded university, and they awarded $50 million plus in scholarships last year. So if you're interested in checking out their flexible curriculum and online program offerings, click the link in the description or the live chat and get more information today. National University, where you can juggle school with everything else life has to offer. And I think some people in the chat need to go to National University because they need comprehension skills. They need to take an intro to literature class. They need to take a discussion class. They need to have some debates. They need to do something because they fail to realize that this is who the Sixers are. They fail to realize that the Sixers have not changed, man. They haven't changed. Look, I'm not trying to be mean, man. I love you guys. But this is crazy. What do you want me to say? I've said the same 5 things. I should make like a book about this Sixers team. The 5 principles of the 2024 Philadelphia 76ers. Nick Nurse's inconsistent rotations and refusal to play young players. Joel Embiid and Paul George don't play games enough. The Sixers don't know how to rebound a basketball. The Sixers refuse to guard the three-point line. And the Sixers continue to sell false hope when they know that the best course here is to try to get the top 6 pick. There you go. Simple as that. Simple as that. The fact that Quentin Grimes is your leading rebounder says all that needs to be said. That's all that needs to be said, man. Quentin Grimes is your leading rebounder. Joel Embiid can't rebound, won't rebound. Paul George won't rebound. No effort. Terrible. Ryan says, no need to comprehend anything. We all see this team as awful unless you're delusional. Well, apparently some people in the chat think I'm just speaking out of emotion, so. $174 is the score. Porzingis dumps it off to Jaylen Brown. Porzingis against Yabusele, and he is fouled. Rachel says, PG could really care less about being here, about this organization and the game. We all kind of knew this was a possibility, but seeing it in action is so disappointing, especially on the first year of the deal. We thought it might turn into this down the line, but right now it's crazy. Yabusele, Council, Roddy, Oubre, and Quentin Grimes for the Sixers. Porzingis for 3 at the buzzer. Come on, man. Dude, Nick Nurse looks stressed. Nick Nurse has no words, man. Tatum, Pritchard, Brown, White, and Porzingis for the Celtics. They're 19 for 39 from 3. The Sixers are 6 for 32. David Roddy for 3 off the mark. Well, I see why David Roddy was waived by whoever it was, the Hawks. Because this guy can't hit a 3. Sixers actually drafted David Roddy. Traded him on draft night for Melton. 3-ball from Boston, missed it. Jeez, man. 29-point lead and counting. David Roddy dribbles down the lane, goes up, got it. Bucket for David Roddy. His first points as a Sixer. They're trying to shoot more threes, man. Look at this. Tatum again. I can imagine a Celtics practice. They just sit there and they chuck threes the whole practice. It's actually crazy, man. Ricky Council at the top. Council a 3. You know what's crazy too? Last year, Embiid took a leap in a lot of different categories. His assists were up. His rebounds were an all-time high. Everything just fell apart, man. Ricky down. One-handed jam. Dude, Ricky Council should have been in the dunk contest, man. He should have been in the dunk contest with Mac. Here's Porzingis going to step back. Another 3 just off the mark. And you know what's really crazy, man? I know I keep saying it, but like, Sixers medical staff, man. They can't get anybody healthy. Quentin Grimes hits a 3. Seeker says, I'm buying the Sixers therapy shirt. Guys, if you want to If you want to let people know that you're a Sixers therapy needer, cop the Sixers therapy shirt, man. I'm going to wear it tomorrow because I need Sixers therapy right now. Mods, drop the link in the chat, man, for the merch store. Derek White goes up and in. Another dribble drive up and in. Quentin Grimes. Tough bucket, man. What a play by Quentin Grimes. What a play. Yes, sir. Jeez, man. Ryan says, get rid of Nurse. Edwards says the play style is terrible. Coaching staff has been ruining the whole season. 105-84, 8:40 to go. Here's Peyton Pritchard again, guarded by Paul George. I forgot Paul George was even in the game. Like, I forgot he was even playing today. Oubre, Grimes, lost it out of bounds, another turnover. Yeah, man. I don't think Nurse is going to fix all the issues, though, like getting rid of him. I think it's a roster issue. We've seen different coaches. We've seen a lot of turnover with the roster. I just think, comes down to the guys at the top. Derek White up top to Kristaps Porzingis, knocked by Yabusele. It's going to be another foul. Jeez, man. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff in this game, man. All right, let's get our mind off this team for a minute, man. Where's everybody tapping in from today? Where is everybody tapping in from today? Drop your states, your cities, towns. Where's everybody tapping in from on this lovely show tonight? Peyton Pritchard up top. He's going to step back, kick it out. Hauser for three, off the mark again. Picked up by Yabusele. Quentin Grimes, Ricky Council for three, missed it. Sixer Sam says, I wore mine at the parade. Somebody recognized it. Let's go. Guys, this is how we build brand continuity and recognition. Got to wear the merch out, man. Got to let people know you need Sixers therapy. I think I'm going to tell that to my insurance company. Porzingis turns, goes up, fouled again. This guy needs Sixers therapy. I really do, man. Let's see. We got the islands in the chat. We got India in the house. Kentucky. We got Australia in the house. OKC in the building. Cherry Hill, South Jersey, Rhode Island, Scranton. Shout out to the chat, man. Snow-covered Virginia. There you go. Free throws good, 107-84. Oubre drives in, got it in. One, let's go, Kelly. Kelly! Yes, sir. Kelly! Free throw is good. Got Northeast Philly in the house. Philippines, Miami, Columbia, South Carolina. Shout out to SC. Went through there the other day. Miami, I love your show. Belize in the house. Outer Banks. Shout out to the Outer Banks. Went there last summer. Derek White for three. What do you know? What do you know? The Sixers aren't even guarding the three-point line. It's like it doesn't even exist. Doesn't even exist, man. Paul George crossover. Oh, he broke his ankles. Paul George broke his ankles.
Yes, sir.
Incoming podcast episode. I broke Sam Hauser's ankles. Hauser wide open for three. Bro, are we going to guard? Are we going to guard the three-point line or not? Like, oh. Another block by the Celtics. I actually enjoy watching this more than the game. 3-ball. Derek White missed it. They just brought in somebody else. RB is better than Kate Scott, not as good as TNT. So why are you here then? Go watch TNT, you weirdo. I swear, man. Some of y'all just love to talk the talk. Pritchard to three again. There it is. Celtics have my score prediction, 116. Another miss by the Celtics. Paul George mid-range, missed it again. Paul George went quiet the rest of the game, honestly. So we wind this one down, man. 5 minutes to go. Sixers down 116-92. Another shot from Derek White, man. Chemistry is A++ for Boston, man. It's insane. Now Nurse calls a timeout. Yeah, let's talk about it, guys. Rachel says Drummond did not even try to contest. Ego says you got to make changes. Sixer Nation is down bad, man. Sixer Nation is down bad. So we want to make it to the playoffs to get into the play-in to play this team. Kenneth says Daryl Morey set us up. Time for him to go. Him and Elton Brand. Can Magic Johnson help Josh Harris? Please, Magic, help this man. Ryan says, okay, gents, I'll be back. This is nonsense. We're way better than this, and to accept it is not what anyone here wants us to go through. Oh, man. What are the chances we fire Nick Nurse? When? End of the season or today? Kenneth tapping in from Chester. Sports says, I'm the guy that said your logic doesn't add up. I really do enjoy the show. I'm just trying to figure out your logic. Two things could be true. Thank you, man. My logic is that, I mean, I already explained this. The same 5 things happen every game. The Sixers are trying to still sell tickets. They don't want to, come out and tank again. I mean, they've already tanked openly once. The fans, some of them did not like it. So they don't want to come out and tank openly again, but as they continue to lose more games, it'll probably be, the same kind of thing going on. It's probably going to be the same thing, and, they're going to win a couple games and maybe screw up their draft positioning, or they can keep losing, try to get in that top, 6 and stay there.
Let's go.
Like I said, I know it's a tough pill to swallow for some, but I just feel like the best course here is to try to get that pick and, figure out the contracts this offseason. You get into the play, and if you get out of that, you're going to play the Cavs or the Celtics. I mean, I just see the Sixers getting beat 4-1 by either team. $5 super chat from Brian Pumper. He says, Pumper Damas was right about Embiid. A lot of these dudes in the chat owe Brian Pumper an apology. Your hero is cooked, and I have my popcorn ready. All right, chat. Here's your opportunity to either throw a prayer emoji, to Brian Pumper if you want to acknowledge that he was right, or throw a tomato. Throw a prayer emoji in the chat or a tomato emoji at Brian Pumper. Tomato or a prayer emoji. I got to get rid of the stink of this team by any means necessary. I'm going to have to unsubscribe here so I won't see any Sixers posts. Well, if you do that, you're a fraud, and shout out to you, man. Thanks for being here, but that's fraudulent behavior. That's fraudulent behavior, man. Drummond gets an and one. Let's go. You got to stick with RB no matter what, man. We cover the Sixers. We talk NBA stuff. Like I said, man, the Sixers being bad doesn't define us. It's a random Thursday night. We got over 300 people watching us. So the Sixers are not going to define us. We're still going to have a good time no matter what. Cool J says, all hail Brian Pumper. Cool J is giving in to Brian Pumper. So I guess it was not a and one, but David Roddy goes in for the bucket. Pumper deserves no apologies. He said Hurts would not win the Super Bowl. Brian Pumper, he's had a lot of takes over the years, man. A lot of takes. Another miss. Here come the Sixers. Drummond up the floor. Drummond the fillet. Okay, Drummond. Okay, Drummond. Seeing some tomatoes in the chat, man. Tomatoes at Brian in the chat. Peyton Pritchard against Yabusele. Pritchard drives into the paint, stops. Nemus Keita goes up, missed it. Here's David Roddy. Let's go, David Roddy, chugging all the way down the floor, goes up. Wow, what a block. What a block, man. Sixers get it back. Roddy for three, missed it. Holy smokes, man. Like, what is even going on? By the way, Torrey Craig is in the game. That was who had that block. Torrey Craig, newest Celtic. 3-ball Pritchard, missed it. Counsell down the other end. He just got absolutely stuffed by Torrey Craig. Then Torrey Craig stared at him a bit. Counsell and Craig having some words. $5 super chat from Shizzo Flex. Joel Embiid got his MVP and was satisfied. He never changed his habits and dedicated himself to truly maximizing himself in the playoffs. He's going out nutty. You guys agree with that or disagree? Do we agree or disagree with that? Pritchard, another 3-ball, and he drills it. These guys just shoot. How many threes have they shot tonight? 52? Damn, man. Drummond dribble drives, throws it down. Drummond in garbage time. Drummond's cooking in garbage time. This team is so funny, man. 3-ball again. There it is. They just don't stop. Peyton Pritchard has turned into full Steph Curry. 8 threes off the bench for Peyton Pritchard. Dez says, I'm watching your channel on the Four Nations, so I'm not too upset. Shout out to Dez in the chat. Thank you for watching. Yabusele down to the paint, goes up. He's stuffed by Torrey Craig. 1:47 to go. Keep in mind, we'll be on the postgame show here in just a few minutes. Stay locked in on the postgame. Jeff Doughton up the floor. Yabusele with the dunk. Ego says, where's Mr. Roddy Poo when you need him? Chill. Exposing the man. Hold up. We might have to dive into the deep files, man. Brian Pumper. Uh-oh. He might hide now. Drummond just lost the ball off the bottom of the backboard, picks it up again, turns, spins. He's pump faking against three guys. Yabu for three, missed it. Back to Shizzo's super chat. I think Joel played a lot through injuries. I think he put a lot on the line. I think there's definitely fair criticisms about his habits, but, you know, he put himself through a lot of wear and tear with a team that never got over the hump, and now his body's just cooked, man. His body's cooked. Brad says, you're the best. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Rachel says, too little, too late. Drummond is such a garbage time player right now. It's crazy. Told you guys the Celtics were going to cover, man. 34 seconds to go. And because I told you guys the Celtics were going to cover, I got to give one more shout out to BetUS, man. BetUS partnered with us the whole season long. BetUS. Go to betus.com. Use the code YouTube150. Get a 150% deposit match bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. Celtics were a 7-point favorite. I told you I liked the Celtics in this one. Coming out of the All-Star break.
Let's go.
They've won 7 out of 8 games. They've been on fire. They're clicking very well. They're 39-16. And they're just good. You know, they're champions last year. They just know how to play together. They shoot 85 million threes a game. They hit half of them. And the Sixers don't guard the three-point line. So it plays right into the Sixers' weaknesses. And, yeah, man. I mean, this was an easy one to see. So if you want to go check out the odds, bet against the Sixers every game, rest of the season, you go have fun, man. You go have a time. Go to betus.com. Check out all their parlays, their odds, their bonuses, and more. Use code YouTube150. Get a 150% deposit match bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. Wonder what the Sixers' odds of missing the playoffs are. If you don't think they're going to make it, maybe check that out.
Go.
Maybe check that out. $5 super chat. Brian Pumper, he says, I mean, it's fitting his name is the process. He foregoed surgery, turned role player in Paris, called and lured Drummond to solidify the tank and bees. Don't talk about my boy Yabusele like that. Don't you dare bring Yabusele into this. We're going to have to dig up some deep archives, man. We're going to have to dig up some deep doo-doo on Brian Pumper, man. Don't do that. Don't bring my boy Yabu into this, man. Yabu's been cooking till they put him on the bench. Shizzo, $5 super chat. Thank you, man. It says, bro, that's excuses. Players that want it don't quit up 3-2 against the heated rival that always beat you in the playoffs. We had Boston. He flat out quit. So I think in Game 7 they quit for sure. Him and James Harden. I agree with you there. But in Game 6 they had the game won with 3 minutes to go. And I said on this show at the time that that was the turning point. They would not recover from it. I ended up being right a couple years later. It sucks. I hate it. But in Game 6, they just collapsed. They choked. They did not give Embiid the ball enough in the final moments. Doc Rivers coached a terrible game. And Tobias Harris was worthless. And James Harden was nowhere to be found. Then again, you could argue, you know, the last couple years playoff series, Joel hasn't always been available. But I agree with you, Shizzo, in Game 7. They both quit, and that was a terrible showing. But the series was lost in Game 6. It was lost in Game 6. So, yeah, this team, I mean, they're past the point at this time. They're past where they need to be. Brian Pumper always wins, says Brian Pumper. Brian Pumper's ready for the smoke. I think we need Brian Pumper to call in one time. What do you guys think about that? We need Brian Pumper to call in sometime. Jeff Doughton going to drive, spin. Doughton floats it up. Got it to go. 16 seconds to play. And the clock is going to wind down, and that will do it. The Sixers are going to fall 15 games below 500 on the season. Wow. 6 straight loss for the Sixers, man. So the Sixers are now 15 games below 500. If I told you on February 20th that the Sixers would be 15 games below 500, if I told you that at the beginning of the season, what would you say to me? What would you say to me? This team they just don't have it. They don't have enough. They just don't have enough. Tyrese Maxey talking with Sam Cassell. Shout out to Sam Cassell. Celtics have 7 straight wins in a row. Stop talking to Al Horford, man. Come on, Joe. Stop talking to Horford, man. Get out of this guy's ear.
Let's go.
Sixers are 20-35. They get blown away by the Celtics. We'll talk about it more on the postgame show. But just another miserable showing. And now the Sixers are 20-35, 27 games to go in the season. What should they do? What should they do? $5 super chat from Brian Pumper. Thanks for all the love. Shout out to everybody showing love tonight. He says, is Joel the Wizards' Kyle Kuzma in a Boban body? I think that's what we are witnessing, folks. Wizards Kyle Kuzma in a Boban body. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's disrespecting Joel Embiid and what he's done in the past. So I have some thoughts. I have some emotions. I have some takes for the rest of the season. They're not going to change much from what I've said. But I knew this would happen tonight. The Sixers are in no man's land. They don't have it. And I'm going to tell you what they need to do the rest of the way. I said in the pregame, it's time. It is time. It is officially time. But I want to know what you guys think. And I want to hear people call in, give their takes on this team. You can join the Discord and call in. I want to know how you really feel about this team right now and what you would do. What would be your first move? Like, how do they maneuver through the rest of the season? How do they maneuver through the off season? Like, what do they do? Because it does feel like they're stuck. It does feel like they're stuck. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, call in through the Discord. We'll get the phone lines up eventually, but we're going only Discord tonight. Got some things to say on the post-game show. Like the show if you haven't yet. Hit the like button, man. Don't like Joel Embiid smiling at the end of this game with Al Horford. I don't like it at all. I feel like the energy, like it feels off. Feels off. Like it's not right. It's not right. Shout out to National University. Shout out to BetUS, all of our great game day partners. Post-game live coming up. We will talk about it. And I have a couple takes as for what they need to do immediately, as well as in the future. So thank you all for hanging out with me, and I'll catch some of you in just a few moments. All right. Welcome in. Let's get to it, okay? Sixers lose again. They fall to 20-35 after getting pretty much wiped off the floor by the Boston Celtics at home in front of the Philadelphia fans here on a February Thursday evening. They go down 124-104. They now fall to 15 games below 500, which means they would now need to make up a 16 differential the rest of the way. If they want to get above 500 if they want to try to make a playoff push, if they want to do this, and that. With 27 games to go, is it worth it? The answer is no. I feel like every one of these post-game shows turns into a eulogy. That's really how I feel, ladies and gentlemen. And I commend everybody that's still here rocking with us. If you guys are in the live chat right now, tapping in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We still do this every game. We still will. Our channel and our platform is not dependent on the Sixers, but damn it, it's a whole lot better when they're winning. I mean, I feel like I have to come up here every single game and talk about the same 4 to 5 things. And the Sixers go down again. If you're watching or listening back on audio platforms, go ahead and leave us a review, a rating, a subscribe. Sixers post-game live show presented by Rocket Money. Download the Rocket Money app. Go check them out, rocketmoney.com/gameon. Oh my gosh, man. You know, I expected this on BetUS. The Sixers were a 7-point underdog. I said that the Celtics would cover. I thought they'd win by like 10 or 12. They end up winning by 20. And let's be honest, this game wasn't nearly close. They crawled back, the Sixers did, with 30 points in the fourth quarter due to garbage time. And when you look at this game as a whole, first half, Sixers' big three had, 39 combined points. Joel, Paul George, Maxey. The three of them barely did anything the rest of the game. They disappeared. But it doesn't matter what happened on the offensive end. We can look at the whole starting lineup having double digits. We can look at, a couple guys coming in off the bench, bringing some energy. It doesn't matter. Because once again, the Sixers showed us tonight that they're not even in the same tier. They're not even in the same vicinity as a team like the Boston Celtics. And I know it was drastic, but I said on the pregame show, if the Sixers came out here and they got blown away, if they got wiped off the floor by the Boston Celtics, it was time to shut it down. And I truly believe that, because for the crew out there that says, hey, let's make the playoffs, let's make the play-in, fight our way through it, go through all of those trials and tribulations just to get to the first round of the playoffs. Who are you going to play in the first round of the playoffs? You're going to play the Boston Celtics or the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I know people have said, well, the Sixers played the Cavs really well this year, and they've showed a lot of fight. Yeah, they have, but the playoffs are different than winning a regular season game. The Celtics and the Cavs have guys that will run this team off the floor. They have guys who are going to shoot threes at a high volume. They have guys who are more athletic, who can rebound better. Go down the list. Check every box. The Sixers just don't have it. Yes, we want this team to succeed. Yes, we want them to compete. But everything they have shown us all season, everything they have told us, anytime there was a big moment to make a statement, they come out and they lay a dud. And now the 76ers have lost 6 games in a row. Going into the All-Star break, the vibes were low. And coming out of the break, you're going up against a red-hot Celtics team that had won 7 out of 8 games. You're thinking, hey, maybe the Sixers can make a statement here and give us a little bit of jolt of life for the rest of the season. Nope. Sixers come out, they get ran off the floor, and I'm going to tell you exactly why that happened. And I also have a couple messages for this team. But overall, the question to the chat out there is, should they try to continue making this playoff push, or should they tank, do whatever it takes to get that top 6 pick and try to get a generational draft prospect? Now, again, nothing is guaranteed. They could have the 3rd best percentage odds. They could have the 4th best. They could end up with the 10th pick. We don't know. But is that worth it? Like, is that a better way to go about this than trying to make the playoffs, losing your first round pick altogether, and probably getting smacked in the playoffs with a team that can't even be healthy? That is the question, and I'm going to tell you exactly what they need to do right after I tell you about Rocket Money. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to check out Rocket Money, because look, even though the Sixers aren't good, even though they're not on it right now, and even though you may be, paying for some subscriptions to watch this team, Rocket Money can help you get your finances in order. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending levels, and helps you lower your bills so you can grow savings. If you're somebody that signed up for something before, like, I don't know, NBA League Pass, for example, and you forgot about it after the free trial period, it resulted in you getting charged month over month. Thanks to RocketMoney, that no longer needs to be an issue. It allows you to see all your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. And for the ones you don't want anymore, RocketMoney can help you cancel them. They have a cool personalized dashboard that gives you a clear view of your expenses across all accounts with the ability to create a personalized budget or even be alerted if one of your recurring subscriptions increases in price. And the best part is they will even try to negotiate lower bills for you by finding the best opportunities to save. RocketMoney has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach all of your financial goals faster with RocketMoney. Go to rocketmoney.com/game-on today. That's rocketmoney.com/game-on. rocketmoney.com/game-on. You know, for times in this game, I felt like the game wasn't even on. Felt like I was just watching a broken CD. Same thing over and over. I felt like I was watching the same thing over and over. Pick and pop. Pick and pop. Pick and pop. Couple of things that I take away from this game. Number one, the Sixers all season have neglected to guard the three-point line. It's not even like they make an effort to do it. And in this game, there's a couple plays that sit fresh in my mind, whether it's Paul George getting bumped by Luke Cornett on a screen at the top of the key, or whether it's whoever. Take Oubre, take Quentin Grimes, Maxey, doesn't matter who it was. The Celtics were running such simple actions. Simple. One ball screen. Easy. Wide open. Swing the ball. The Sixers were trapping the ball handler. Then they reverted to playing zone. I've never seen a team and a coaching staff look so unprepared for a team that chucks threes. The Celtics in this game went 24 for 54 from three, and that's with them cooling off in the second half. Peyton Pritchard had 8 threes off the bench. Horford had 3 threes. Their whole starting lineup had 2 or more threes. They had, 7 guys have 2 or more threes? I don't know when the last time that has even happened is. The Boston Celtics ran you off the floor, and they shot you off the floor as well. And meanwhile, the Sixers went 8 for 39 from 3. But with all the starters in, they pretty much went about 4 for 30. That is not going to cut it in an NBA game. So the Sixers' lack of ability to hit three-pointers and also guard the three-point line will continue to eat them away. They don't have enough shooting, and they don't have enough athleticism. And the fact that a Nick Nurse coach team, a guy who has been predicated on his defensive, coaching abilities, his defensive system philosophies, has a team this bad, has a team that is this unprepared to guard a three-point shot is beyond me. The Sixers don't know how to switch. They don't know how to go over and under. They don't know many fundamentals, it seems like. They're constantly thrown off. They're confused. They don't communicate. And the fact that you're trying to run a zone defense against the best three-point shooting team in the league is insane. Insane. Jason Tatum, easy wide open 3. Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Porzingis. Sure, they were hitting a bunch of crazy threes, right? But there was also a handful where they were left wide open. They were left wide open. So the Celtics aired you out today by hitting threes, by you not guarding the three, by literally beating you so bad in the transition game, and also just by beating you on the glass as well. So I'm looking at the 76ers, and I'm thinking to myself, what really went wrong in this game? Outside of not guarding the three, what went wrong? Well, this team is just too slow, too old, too unathletic. Stop me if you've heard that before. I mean, I say it every game. I'm tired of saying it. I'm tired of caring about saying it. It's the same thing every game. They're just too slow and old. In a game where Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon and Justin Edwards are out, no Lonnie Walker, You play Ricky Council for 22 minutes. Ricky Council's a guy that essentially had his minutes dwindled down to nothing. Now Ricky plays 22 minutes. David Roddy plays 13 minutes. Drummond plays 13. Jared Butler came in for 3 minutes. He had been building up some momentum. Only plays 3 minutes. Goes 0 for 4. Adem Bona doesn't even play in this game. The fact, and look, I'm starting to think that the Sixers starting five is the tanking starting five. Do you agree or disagree with that, ladies and gentlemen? I'm starting to think that this starting five is the tanking five, and the guys that are playing are meant to lose games. Because you come into this game after the All-Star break and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, all right, the fact that Embiid, Paul George, and Maxey are playing, that means they're trying to make the playoffs still. But there's no way that Nick Nurse can look at this team, can look at Andre Drummond, who plays the position like it's 1992. Andre Drummond was getting beat off screens. Drummond and Embiid, none of them come up. They play drop coverage. They get blown by. They're so slow. They're like if you adjusted the video game sliders down to 30. How in the world are the Sixers still playing Andre Drummond? I would like to know why Andre Drummond is playing basketball over Adem Bona. I would like to know, because Adem Bona has showed you nothing but athleticism. He might be the best rebounder on the team. He brings energy. He can switch on defense. And the guy actually comes out here and gives heart every game. Council gives heart every game. 10 points off the bench for Ricky. Why is Andre Drummond still playing on this team? Why was he not traded? We can look at his stats tonight, 8 points, 7 boards. I really don't care. He was obliterated on defense. But I got to take it back to the stars, man. Joel Embiid tonight drops 15 points, 3 boards, and 4 assists, goes 3 for 9. The effort level that Joel Embiid showed tonight was absolutely atrocious. Joel Embiid is so hurt right now. And you can see it, right? They said he needs another surgery. He needs more rest. I don't even know if he goes under the needle again, if he goes under the knife again. Is he even going to be able to play anymore? Why is he not getting the surgery yet? You can see it out there. There was like, I don't even know how many, 10, 15 possessions where Joel Embiid sat in the paint, or the Celtics went up for a layup or a jump shot and missed it. And Joel is staring at the ball. He's not even running after the ball. He's not jumping off the ground. He's not rebounding. He had 3 rebounds tonight. Paul George had 2 rebounds. Joel had 3. Your leading rebounder was Gershon Yabusele with 8. But outside of garbage time, it was Quentin Grimes. Your leading rebounder in this game was Quentin Grimes, who's 6'3", 6'4"? That should tell you all you need to know. Joel Embiid is not jumping. Joel Embiid is not running. He is not playing defense. And then we look at Paul George, 17 points. You think, okay, it's a decent game. No. Played no defense, got bumped off screens, can't flip his hips. Both of them look absolutely cooked. They look cooked, man. And you're playing against a team like the Celtics, who's just, 1 through 12 on the roster can shoot. Horford and Porzingis are just trying to pull them out of the paint, but they won't even step out of the paint. So, Paul George and Joel Embiid gave absolutely zero effort on defense. Tyrese Maxey tried at times, but even it wasn't the best Maxey game. Like, I feel like with Paul George and Joel Embiid on the floor, Maxey had 10 shot attempts. Maxey needs to have 25 attempts. Kelly Oubre had 14 shots tonight. That was tied for the most. Why does Kelly Oubre have the most shot attempts on the floor? There has to be a pecking order, man. And if Joel Embiid's not healthy, and even if he is, Tyrese Maxey's got to be the number 1. I mean, Maxey's 4th in the league in scoring. Maxey had a stretch of 12 games there where he was going off. and you bring back Embiid, and just like we said a couple weeks ago, right, when the young guys were playing well and building momentum, you bring back Embiid and Paul George, and the entire style of the game is different. They play different. They don't know each other's tendencies. The young guys can't get moving, and they're just stuck. They play at a 1 mile per hour rate. It's slow. It's boring. It's not how teams are winning now. It's not how they're playing. It's absolutely obvious that teams have to be able to run and gun and shoot the three ball at a high clip. And the Sixers are living in an age where they're like, hey, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to play slow as heck. We're going to run everything through Joel Embiid. And Joel, as you can see, his body has just given up on him. They showed a close-up during the first quarter where Joel Embiid is like huffing and puffing. Like he's gassed. His body is giving up. And he just doesn't look right. I'll give credit to Quentin Grimes. I thought Quentin Grimes played his tail off, even though he was 5 for 12. I thought he was hustling after the ball. Thought he was trying to break through screens. 1 for 5 from 3, but he had 7 rebounds and 3 assists. I thought Quentin Grimes was trying to give some effort. You know, Quentin Grimes is a dog. Quentin Grimes is a dog. He's a guy that actually shows, you know, effort level. And I said this earlier in the stream, but there's got to be something about these role players that come to Philly and they start off so hot. They start off on a great stretch. Then they kind of fall back into a role. And I feel like it's a culture thing here in Philly. You know, they bring in these dogs, these experienced players, and then they all end up looking the same. So I hope that does not happen to Quentin Grimes. But I also think the inconsistent rotations all year of Nick Nurse has been a problem. And I just think they're stale. I just think they all look washed, man. The Sixers need to replicate what the Boston Celtics did. They need to look at how the Celtics are playing. Maybe not be the exact type of team that shoots 53s a game, but they need to get quicker, athletic, move the ball well. And the Sixers have only looked fun this year with the young guys playing. You get out rebounded, 3-point. To go 8 for 39 in a game is it's embarrassing. Celtics, 24 for 54. They just don't stop it. They keep doing it until it works. And you let them beat you at their game and you couldn't match it. Not a lot of teams can. And that's the reason why the Celtics look like they could be headed to, repeat as champions. So that's pretty much what I got. Just another disappointing one. And if I'm the Sixers right now, here's what I would do. I would come out tomorrow morning. I would say Joel Embiid is going to miss the rest of the season due to a knee injury. And Joel Embiid is opting to get surgery on his knee. Because even for the human being's sake, what's the point of having Joel Embiid out there in this game? Honestly, what is the point of having Joel Embiid out there struggling to jump and defend and rebound and all this stuff just to get blown off the floor by 20 points? What is the point of that? What is the point of trying to win when you are currently sitting with now the 6th worst record by yourself with a chance to try to get a top pick to add on to a future nucleus of Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain and some of these other guys? What is the point of trying to limp into the playoffs to play Boston or Cleveland in the first round if you even make it out of the play-in? Somebody in the chat said Tyrese did not have a shot attempt in the second half. Is that true? I honestly didn't see him. I forgot Paul George was playing. I feel like he disappeared. They showed Nick Nurse stressing on the sideline. I feel bad for Nurse, man, but he's also been terrible with his rotations. If Tyrese did not have a shot in the second half, that's an embarrassment as well. No identity. No identity. They have not built up an identity because they don't play enough together. And the Celtics are the pure example of why the regular season matters in terms of building a contender. The Celtics obviously have not been struck with a major injury like many teams have. I said it earlier. I think there's an injury issue. But, the Celtics play a lot of games together. They build that core. They know exactly how to play together. And when the time the playoffs, come and roll around, they're ready to go. So that's where I'm at with it, man. The Sixers are not good enough. They got blown off the floor again tonight. They got just outclassed, man, in a lot of ways. And it just blows my mind that this team, one, has not figured out how to build the right team around, some of their top guys. They have not figured out how to adapt to the modern day NBA culture and NBA roster building culture. Their coaching staff can't even figure out how to guard a pick and pop. And they try to run a zone against the Boston Celtics. I mean, at that point, man, just blow it up. Like, it's really bad to watch this team. That's all I got, man. Like, it's bad. You're 15 games under 500. Even if we knew that there would be injuries this year, I never would have thought my right mind that before March, they would be 15 games under 500. And you know what's even crazier? Is that Joel Embiid already said he's not going to play back-to-backs. You know which month has the most back-to-backs? March. We're not even there yet. Tank your way to the top 6. Get that pick. Try to recharge and come back next year. I hate to say it, and the Sixers are not going to say it because they don't want to come out with another public tank, but I think that's what they need to do, and that's what they better do. There's no point in trying to keep winning games, but maybe their starting 5 is so bad that they are the tanking 5. So that's where I'm at, man. Sixers Postgame Live Show presented by Rocket Money. If you want to call in and chime in with your thoughts, call the Discord. Link is pinned in the chat. We got a couple people waiting on the Discord. We'll go to our guy exclusive here. We'll get him on. Our starter, as always. We'll see what he has to say. But just another somber night here watching the 76ers pretty much get dismantled. All right, let's go to the Discord, man. Exclusive on the Discord. Exclusive.
What's going on? What's going on, RB? You can hear me?
I got you loud and clear, man. How's it going?
I mean, I guess as good as it gets, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say. I mean, you come out and play the Celtics, right? You think about what the Celtics do. Coming into this game, they're like first in the league in three-pointers attempted, first in the league in three-pointers made, right? I mean, it's no secret it's the bread and butter of their offense, right? I just think, when you look at what went wrong, it's not necessarily just the threes, right? They attempt a lot of them, right? But you can, at least me personally, I can respect, when you give up a contested three compared to an open ones. We just allowed so many open threes today, right? And these guys, I've said it before, these guys are professional athletes. They're a lot of the guys on the Celtics, like you just mentioned, 1 through 12, they can all shoot, right? And at a pretty high clip. So, like, the rotations are just... You're just getting eaten alive. I mean, they were isolating a lot of our guys that are not great off the screen, I guess you want to call it screen coverage, right? And left guys just open, right? And comfortable. You're allowing a lot of open threes, the late rotations as well. Let's say you do, close out the last second. That in itself also makes the entire team off balance because now you have another body down low that's reacting to the fact that you're somewhere out of the mix, right? So now it's 5-on-4 for a few seconds there trying to crash the glass. Right, so it's a whole thing, right? If you're not guarding the ball on the perimeter like effectively, I think it starts with that. You're not. I mean, in the NBA, you're not gonna be able to guard everybody, right? That's why you have your guys in the league that are very valuable in that sense, right? Those guys that are defensive specialists, right? But at the end of the day, the effort just needs to be higher. Mm-hmm. Like you just can't allow that many open threes and have a half. I think the Celtics shooting over 50% from three. That's just a recipe for disaster. Even if you're outscoring them in the paint or whatever it might be, you're not stopping the core of their entire offense, right? So, that I think that speaks for itself. What really happened today. As far as like I think you mentioned, like where do they go? I mean, I truly don't know. I mean, like it's just. You got to be able to play a space and pace, or at least be able to guard a space and play style of offense if you're going to play a game that the Sixers have been playing. Yep. Right? I feel like, at least how I feel like you got to be able to deal with that on the defensive end. And if you don't have an answer for these teams that are to come out and shoot threes and run all over the floor with y'all, then I don't know what you do. I mean, that's really how we're getting beat.
Yeah, man. There's been a lot of times, and the reason I'm not surprised is because I feel like we've seen this a lot this year, but we could sit up here and we could be like, all right, like they quit, like they gave up, they weren't guarding anything, which did happen, like they were just leaving threes wide open the entire game. But I feel a little bit different tonight. I feel like it's almost like having like a brand new looking sexy car that you've had in the garage for a while and you're trying to turn it on and you keep turning the keys. You keep trying to turn it on. It's not given. It's not given. It's not given. And you just keep trying and it just gives out, And at that point it's like, all right, let me sell this car for what I can get for it rather than keep trying to do the same thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it almost feels like they didn't even give up. It feels like they know that they're too slow and beat up and old and they can't even get out to guard a 3-point shot. That's what I'm seeing at this point.
I feel that. Yeah. And it's evident, right? I mean, just the rotations, that was my complaint, I think a couple games ago was, we're just getting exploited on our off-ball rotations. Guys are cutting back door. We're losing them. Just at times it looks like we're losing shooters on the floor. Like, I don't know. It's like these guys can clearly shoot, right? So you should be following that. That's just me. I'm not a coach, right? But I'm just saying
100%. But this has happened for years, exclusive. It all starts with Joel Embiid. He can't get out to the perimeter. He's too slow. He doesn't trust his ability to get back if they try to bite down low. And the Sixers play drop coverage. So they target Embiid. And then when they target another guard like Paul George, you saw early in the game, he gets bumped. They can't even break through a screen. So, and for some reason they keep trapping the ball handler, which is annoying too. And it leaves a wide open shooter. Nobody rotates and easy. Celtics are going to kill you every time.
Yeah, no, agreed.
It's brutal.
And one last thing. I know it's been a long call. I'm not too familiar with our, cap space situation in regards to like if we were to sign a rookie, right? But here's something to think about too. I mean, do we have I don't know. I mean, we might, right? And that's why I'm asking. Do we have the cap space? Let's say in some world we get the number 1 pick and we go get Cooper Flag, right? Yeah. Let's say we sign him and everything like that. Like, what does that do for our flexibility though, right? Like, you get Cooper Flag. Are you all of a sudden a playoff ready team? Are you all of a sudden, good to go? And if you're not, assuming you're not in that scenario, what cap space do you have to play with, assuming that a contract like that consumes like a large part of the cap space that we have?
Yeah, well, he would be on a rookie contract, so that would be easy to kind of insert in there. Like a number 1 pick would be a little bit different than like a number 5 or 6 pick, but they would be like a number 1 pick would be fine in terms of a contract. Like that wouldn't be an issue, but the issue would be how do they then build a roster around the rest of the team? Because Paul George and Joel Embiid are taking up $100 million themselves and they're on the books for the next 4 years. So if you can't get off one of those contracts, you're looking at the same method and formulation as we see now, which is Maxey, Paul George, Joel Embiid. You got Jared McCain on a rookie deal and maybe a top draft pick. But I mean, it's easy to see like Paul George and Joel Embiid, they're not living up to the contract. Easy.
Yeah, and that's why I asked, because like you just said, I feel like with the contracts that these guys have, you're kind of this is you decided to make these guys your big 3.
Yep.
That's what at least it feels like. So
exactly.
That was why I asked the question,
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna get to a couple other people, but appreciate you calling in, man.
Hey, thanks again for having me.
Thank you, man. Yeah, one more point to the exclusive answer there. I mean, when you look at the 76ers, like they made that investment to get Paul George, $53 million a year average. And overall, when you think about it, this is why teams are shying away from the 3-star model, why the NBA doesn't want that to happen, because of things like this. Because they if one guy gets hurt, you have no room to upgrade the team. Unless you're going into the second apron and things like that, then you have a ton of penalties. So it's a tough situation to be in. Tough situation to be in. All right, let's go to the next one, man. We got, let's see. We got Define. Define on the Discord. Let's go to Define. Define, what's up?
What's up, bro?
What up, man?
I literally remember being in here like a couple weeks ago after like a 5-game win streak saying we're back.
Yep.
Boy, it is painful to watch the Sixers.
Very painful, man. And that 5-game win streak was when they were playing all the young guys. That's the only time it's fun to watch this team, when they're playing the youth.
The whole 3-point situation, it's been going on all year. I don't know if it's Nick Nurse, but I don't know why you would run off of the 3-point line to go try to trap somebody that's driving the ball. Every team is shooting a ton of threes. Threes are more than 2. They've been doing it all year. I don't understand it.
Yep.
And I've been such a big Joel Embiid guy, and for the first time in my life, I'm sitting here like, if they're not going to shut him down and tell him to get surgery so hopefully he can be healthy next year, I don't know if I want him on the Sixers anymore. And it pains me to say that because I love him, because everybody knows when he's healthy, there's nothing anybody in the league could do to stop him from getting what he wants. And it sucks. It sucks so much.
It really does, man. It sucks from the realization of Joel Embiid might not ever hit peak athleticism again. And then it also sucks from a Sixers standpoint of trying to build out the roster because, like I said, early in the season, whoever gave him that extension should be fired. The guy consulted with 9 doctors. He's still not healthy. He needs another surgery. And now he's taking up a third of the cap for the next 5 years. So it's just a brutal situation, man.
Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to like playoff push. If we make the playoffs, they got to be realistic. Even if we were to make the playoffs, we're running into a top 2 seed. If we run into Boston, we'll probably get swept.
Yep.
And if we run into Cleveland, we might get a game, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But the way Embiid can't run or jump, you got 2 7-footers down in the paint. One of them could shoot the ball. It's not looking like we're not winning anything this year. We're not winning a championship. Why not just shut it down and hope that we could get our top 6 pick, come back next season healthy. McCain will be playing again. So we got our best shooter because he is our best shooter. Maxey, I think, is our best scorer, but McCain's our best shooter. From top to bottom, this like front office, I hate Josh Harris so much. Like, there's words I want to say, but I'm not going to say it, but I hate him so much. He needs to sell the team.
I agree.
Daryl Morey, he's good at drafting, but God, to give Paul George $200 million when we weren't his first choice. He didn't want to come here at first. He wanted Golden State. I forgot the Clippers and Golden State. Those were his first 2 choices.
You know what's crazy, man?
$200 million.
You know what's crazy too? I'm going to say this for the first time here, and let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the chat. But I actually think the Joel Embiid extension is a worse decision than giving Paul George 4 years, $212 million, because you gave PG that contract with the intention of, hey, we need you to fill the Tobias Harris role and be better than Tobias and be the third option. But Joel Embiid giving him that extension, knowing that he was still injured from last year and played through it in the Olympics and, was going to miss the first handful of games this season, knowing that his knee hasn't recovered, that's an even worse decision. That should cause someone to get canned. And I don't say that lightly, but I mean, that's just a terrible organizational decision from top to bottom.
Yeah, I've been seeing you talk about it on Twitter. It's not just this year. It's been years, like since AI. What is the Sixers medical staff doing? Are they taking perks in the back? What are they doing? We got guys that are injured that can't recover from simple injuries. Like, what is the medical staff doing? They're getting away with. We thought Tobias Harris robbed us. The medical staff is robbing us.
They need an overhaul, man, in this organization. Simple as that. I mean, Eric Gordon has an injury that can't recover according to Nick Nurse. Same thing with Kyle Lowry. Makes no sense, man. Terrible medical staff.
A part of me believes that they can't recover because they're old as dirt, and Nick Nurse likes to run them into the ground. But only thing I could do is just hope for next year. I like Quinn Grimes. We got some young guys. I hope we could get Yabusele back. That's like the main thing. If we can get him back, I'll be happy. But
yeah, man. See what happens. It's brutal watch right now, but I guess, hopefully brighter days ahead, man.
Yeah, but that's all I got.
All right, man.
Like 20.
Appreciate you calling in, bro. Call back in anytime. All right, let's go to the next one. We got Hassan on the Discord. Hassan on the Discord. Hassan.
RB, can you hear
Got you loud and clear, man. What's up?
Man, nothing new, especially with this team. Look, I'm going to try and make this short and sweet. As quickly as I can, try to answer all the questions that you were basically asking us. When you were talking about like getting players in here from different teams who are dogs and all of a sudden coming to the 76ers, why don't they translate or come in and play the way that they've been playing on other teams? And is it a culture thing? It's absolutely a culture thing. We support a team, unfortunately, man, when we had a general manager that basically told us in our face that we're going to lose intentionally for 5+ years straight just to get the best players possible. Right then and there, that what is the culture? What exactly is the culture for the franchise? You know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I can't disagree.
Yeah, that's like, it's almost like the Dallas Cowboys of basketball at this point. Like you support a losing, like that's a losing culture right there. It's pretty much it's gonna travel. It's gonna follow until you just pretty much just wash your hands clean of this. But the main question you were asking, should the Sixers shut it down or should they keep running it out there with the team that they're running right now? And we all know the answer. The answer is yes, they should shut it down. The problem is I look at the 76ers and I look at them like a car company, major car company like Toyota, Honda, et cetera, et cetera. And you're making a new model for this car. It's on TV, it's on the internet, it's in magazines, YouTube, commercials, et cetera, et cetera. This car is faulty to hell, though. You tap the back bumper and the gas line's connected, and all of a sudden the car blows up. Ethically, the right thing you should do is take the car off the line. No one should be able to buy this car. But ethically, ethics and finances are two different things. And the 76ers are the car company. Ethically, they should shut it down. They should completely shut this down. Joel, I don't understand why he's playing. Paul George also lingering injuries. Maxey, unfortunately, he's getting ran to hell. And when I look at it, yes, they should shut it down. But financially, you can't justify all the money that you spent during the off season. And that's why they're running it out there every night, trying to justify and say, hey, we were right, because of the moment we shut it down, we will admit that we were wrong, we made mistakes, and we failed. And the last thing that a franchise is going to want to do when fans are pissed off, irritated, and don't know what to think of a team, you want to admit that you're a failure. I've been watching the 76ers since I was a kid, I'm close to 40. Jerry Stackhouse, Sean Bradley, you had players like Derek Coleman on the team. 76ers were bad. They were bad because of talent. This doesn't make any sense because it's not the talent, or it could be the talent. Maybe the talent is washed.
Yeah, I want to just add one thing on to what you said there, not only about the Sixers, not wanting to admit their mistake, that it hasn't worked, that they're wrong. But I feel like if they also admit that they're wrong, then they're going to have to eat it for the next 3 to 4 years. It's not like Joel and PG and these contracts come off the books now. Like, these guys are locked in for the next couple of years. And it's why I'm scared that they might actually try to sell us this product again and again and again. And at that point, I mean, you're already teetering on the line of losing a lot of the fan base. Like, how do you move through that, you know?
They probably will sell us the product again. The only way that we can completely wash our hands away from this product is if there's a team that feels like they're a Paul George possibly away, or maybe a Joel Embiid away to winning the championship. That's the only way we can probably get off of these contracts. It's sad to admit it, but this is a failure. And it's time to just move on. I feel like they should clean house. I don't feel like Nick Nurse is the biggest issue. The issue is Daryl Morey and Josh Harris. They're the issues. But Josh Harris can't fire himself. He ain't going to do that.
Yep.
So I think you need to get rid of Daryl Morey, Elton Brand, whatever he does, and then you can consider Nick Nurse. But I feel Nick Nurse would do better with a more younger, energetic, athletic team. I think anybody would. This team is old, slow, unathletic, unenthusiastic, and just flat out lethargic. That's just
Yep.
it. It's an uninspiring team, and hell, they don't really care about us. And I'm kind of feeling like, why should I care about them? The Phillies are getting ready to come out.
Hey, Hassan, great call, man. Appreciate you tapping in with us, man.
Yeah, you have a good night, man.
Thank you, man. Shout out to Hassan. Great call from Hassan, man. Drop some fires in the chat for Hassan. That dude was on it, man. He was on fire. I love what he said at the end. You know, if they're not going to care about me, why should I care about them? He's right. You know, Josh Harris can't fire himself. So what happens next? Well, if Josh Harris isn't going to sell the team, then he needs to bring in a GM and relinquish all power to that GM. He needs to relinquish all power to that GM and let them make the decisions, because right now, like I said, you're teetering on the line of why should the fan base care? What Hassan just said, that's how the fans feel. Do they understand that this is how the fans feel? Do they care? Because at some point, if the fans completely give up, you're not going to be able to make a quick buck anymore. We've seen overhauls of ownership on sports teams completely change the dynamic of a franchise. And he talked about the losing, right? Yeah, they tanked for 5 years, openly tanked. But hey, Sam Hinkie had a plan. You know what the even worse part of it was? You drafted nobodies. You didn't draft the right players with all the draft picks that you had. Imagine the Celtics or the Thunder or the Jazz or whoever having that many draft picks in the arsenal, and you miss on almost every player. That is a generational failure, and it is frustrating. Before I get to the final couple callers, I want to pull up this clip on Twitter. Apparently, Nick Nurse talked about why he decided to go for a zone defense against the Boston Celtics, who are one of the best shooting teams in the NBA. So let's hear what Nick Nurse had to say on why he went to zone against the 3-point Celtics.
It's the choice you make when you look out there and you see they got a bunch of shooters out there and you say, well, going zone may give up some threes, but you're giving them up anyway in man-to-man, so you think maybe it changes the rhythm. Maybe it, you know, there was only a small stretch where they got threes and missed them, right? And it was successful. Then the last time we went to zone early in the fourth, or I think they hit 2 or 3 in a row, you know, to kind of, again, get the momentum back going for them. So it's, I mean, when we couldn't shut them down from 3 man-to-man, it's worth trying.
Okay, I was not expecting that. Either Nick Nurse is one of the worst coaches in the league, or he has been instructed to openly tank. Because what do you mean? You're giving them up anyway, so we're just going to try it and see if it messes up the rhythm. What? What? That makes absolutely no sense. Instead of instructing my players on how to guard a ball screen, and instead of trapping a ball handler every time, and getting out to the corners, I'm going to switch to a zone defense to make it even harder to try to guard the three, to make it even easier for the Celtics to capitalize on their biggest strength. That makes absolutely no sense at all. Has Nick Nurse lost his mind? Has he lost his mind completely? That might have been the worst answer. Hold on, I have to hear it again.
Well, it's the choice you make when you look out there and you see they got a bunch of shooters out there and you say, well, going zone may give up some threes, but you're giving them up anyway in man-to-man, so you think maybe it changes the rhythm. Maybe there was only a small stretch where they got threes and missed them, right? And it was successful. And then the last time we went to zone early in the fourth, or I think they hit 2 or 3 in a row, to kind of, again, get the momentum back going for them. So when we couldn't shut them down from 3 man-to-man, it's worth trying. Well, it's...
Wow. That is just unheard of. Oh my gosh, man. I can't believe that's a real answer. That is a Doc Rivers answer. What is going on with this team, man? This team is going to drive me insane. They really are. Oh my gosh, man. I'm trying to think of a comparison for that. Like, wow. 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 Oh my gosh, that was a terrible answer. That was a terrible answer. Nick Nurse has lost it. I mean, the whole team is just, they have nothing. They have not, from organizational executives to coaches to players. There's just no answer. There's just no answer, man. Wow. Sixers have lost 6 in a row. Longest active losing streak in the league. They can't be competitive with their 3 out there. Wow. Hey, man. Let's go back to the Discord. We got Cool J on the line. He's been waiting. Cool J, what's going on, man?
Hello, RB.
What up, man? How's it going?
Well, same old. What can I say? I mean, here we are, and we got another loss. And I think that the big question is: do you think that the Sixers will actually, when they get the top 6 pick, do you think they're gonna make the best move? If so, then how do you think? And so, then what do you think they're gonna do after that?
Are you asking me what I would do, my opinion, or what I think the Sixers will do?
Yes. What do you think the Sixers will do?
So I will give Daryl Morey credit. He's a very good drafter, mostly outside of the lottery. But let's say the Sixers get a top 6 pick. I think they will obviously keep the pick and try to land one of the top prospects in the draft on a loaded draft class. And then after that, I mean, you have to make some really tough decisions. Not even tough, but more of you have to come up with a strategy of how to navigate a tough way of making something happen. Pretty much you need to get off these contracts. And I just don't know if you can. So I think your question is very fair. Maybe they move on from Oubre. He's got a player option. Drummond. Cool. They can bring in another vet role player. But it all depends on whether or not the PG and Embiid contracts are movable. If they're movable, maybe you start over and you just, say goodbye and get what you can, or maybe even attach some draft capital, get off it, clean it up, and then move forward. But if not, I think we're going to see the more likely route, like I said earlier, of them just continuing to try to sell us this false hope and sell us this product again next year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Sixers haven't really gotten into the times yet. This modern NBA timeline is just them, just young people getting the young players to play. And still, the Sixers are living in this vintage timeline where you have these old players playing. Like Joel Embiid, he needs time to rest. He's like now getting older, which is not going to be able to play as well as he could. Although we all know he's literally washed in general, and he's really proven his time well in the team. And it's just Nerds not listening to us, just saying, playing these young people, and it's just they put the young guys. It just shows what the future the Sixers are going to. The Sixers are already built for the Sixers. Like they have a younger. Like the path is like them having a younger team. So if they just take Paul George, rest Paul George away, take Joel Embiid out, and just continue making a younger Sixers team, then they pretty much will be more of a formidable opponent. Because maybe if they play the young guys, like we keep saying for like months and months now, and that's the reason why we lost this game. Because if they play the young guys, the outcome of this game would have been a whole lot different. We wouldn't be giving up so many threes. We wouldn't be like having 0 to no defense, because that's pretty much how this game went. There was no defense at all. And basically, most of it's just coming from Joel Embiid. Like he didn't really put as much effort as he should have this game.
Cool, Jay. I'm going to tell you what it is, man. The Sixers realize that they are in hell for the next 4 years because they signed Paul George to a 4-year deal, and they gave Joel Embiid an additional 3-year extension onto what he already had. And they're sitting there going, well, if we shut him down now and we just say, all right, screw the rest of the season, like these guys are done, well, then they're not going to be able to move on from anything. So honestly, I think what they're trying to do is like make it at least look a bit better so that they have something to work with in terms of trades and all that in the offseason. But obviously that's only making it even worse. So you're just in a bad situation, and Daryl Morey has a lot of work to do.
Not to mention that they're just literally dodging from the truth. Like they're trying to push to try and get in the playoffs. And definitely for sure they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to they go to the media. They're just trying to like sugarcoat it and just say, we're going to try and do better.
Yep.
And when you're like literally in the spot right now that you can't really fix what's already been done. So just set it down, get a top 6 pick, and just rebuild from there. That's basically what you can do now. You can just hide from the truth.
I agree. 100%, man. Cool, Jay. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Sorry for having me in.
Thank you, man. Shout out to Cool J on the Discord. Shout out to the chat. Sixers are now 0-5 since Daryl Morey came onto the podium and said that the goal was for the team to fight for the playoffs. He said, if you squint hard enough, this team can still win a championship. I mean, it's never been more evident that it is time for an overhaul. It is time to clean it up because this is brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. And that is where I'm at this point in time. That's all I have, man. Just another pitiful loss. The Sixers, like I compared it to earlier, they're like the car that just won't start up. They won't start up. You're trying, you're turning the key. You're getting it to rattle a little bit, but they just won't go. You've tried it. It's not working. It will not work. And now it is time to clean up your mess, or at least start. So that's where I'm at. Tough day. Another tough game to be a Sixers fan, especially coming out of the All-Star break. You thought, okay, maybe they'll be regenerated a little bit, rejuvenated. Maybe they'll be refreshed. Same old stuff, man. They just don't have it. They do not have it. So anyway, man, this is the Sixers postgame live show presented by RocketMoney. Once again, go to rocketmoney.com/gameon. Check them out. Shout out to all our game day partners, man. We're going to do this every game. Pre-game, live game, post-game. As sick as we sound for doing this, sick as we look for being up here at 10:30 at night, it's all a part of the grind, man. And hopefully when they do turn it around one day, we'll be looking back at this laughing. But that's where we sit, man. that is where we sit. I appreciate everybody who constantly comes through to the show, who gets active in the comments, engages with us, and keeps us going. Sixers play the Brooklyn Nets on Saturday night, a rematch of the game before the All-Star break. Will Paul George have more than 2 points? Will Joel Embiid play another game this season? We'll find out next time on Philly Take with RB, man. But, man, Sixers know how to do it to you, don't they? Don't they know how to do it to you, man? Wow. Just another brutal game. Sixers fall to 15 games below 500. See what happens moving forward, man. Philly Take with RB, Sixers Game Day Live. Catch you on the next one. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.